Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. This is Brooklyn Beatdown. I am Tasty Steve, joined by none other than my friend Sajam. How are you doing, sir?
I'm feeling fantastic. The arena is looking absolutely beautiful, and so is the competition. We have an incredible top 8 for Street Fighter V coming up next. It's going to be a great one. I mean, there's international talent. There is domestic talent. If you guys are a fan of the US of A, if you guys are a fan of many of the Japanese players that are in this top 8, or even the sole representative from the Dominican Republic, there's a ton of great competition here. And as you mentioned, you are Tasty Steve, and I'm Sajam. We have honestly an incredible bracket.
Yeah, we looked at some of the most amazing Street Fighter we've seen all year yesterday here at Brooklyn Beatdown. And when I tell you, like you said, the DR representing quite well, not only in play, but with some of the representation they have with their friends there. We have JWong, a long-time historic champion in Street Fighter V, as well as Daigo, Fuudo. We have some crazy matches for you guys as we take a look at the bracket here.
Yeah, you can see JWong versus MenaRD. That is the US versus Dominican Republic. On the other side, Battle of the Titans, EVO champion Tokido versus Fuudo, former EVO champion himself, in second place at Evolution last year. That is a Japanese on Japanese match. In the lower bracket, Punk, considered, maybe the best player in the world from the US versus Momochi of Japan. Smug from the US versus the Beast, the legend himself, most famous fighting game player of all time, Daigo Umehara. Also of Japan, so 4 Japan, 3 US, 1 Dominican Republic. Great representation in this top 8, and honestly, this is one of the most stacked brackets we have seen in a long, long time. And we can already see they are set up on the stage there. You can see him on the left, Mr. JWong, incredibly famous fighting game player, and he is a little nervous coming into this matchup.
Yeah, I actually spoke to him last night, and he says he feels really confident that if he can take out MenaRD, that the next matches, even though those guys are ridiculous killers as well, that he's a lot more comfortable. MenaRD is kind of like the rogue player here. A lot of people probably did not expect him, but we've been seeing MenaRD for quite some time, and he's definitely held up his own name as well as the DR representing here in Street Fighter V here at Brooklyn Beatdown.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing wonderful all weekend. He beat Nemo, which is a crazy match for sure, and he has been killing it. He has a real untrainable style, right, where he is going to do what he wants to do, and he has a unique character that many people are not familiar with in Birdie. So a lot of people are unfamiliar with maybe how he plays, maybe that play style of the region, right, because each region in the world plays a very different play style. So there's a lot to keep in mind, and JWong, he's going to have to decide what character he wants to go with. Generally, his character Karin is not considered very strong against Birdie. So, I even see on the character select screen, it looks like he is locked in with Ed here.
Oh, wow. Now, we've seen a few, I would say, upsets when it comes to Street Fighter V here at Brooklyn Beatdown. But Justin is a player of many characters. We've seen him pull out Chun-Li yesterday. But Karin is his namesake, and we've seen a lot of Karin play. I mean, think about it, comparing it to a player like Punk. Justin is a very classically trained guy, so looking at him play Ed right now versus Birdie is kind of a strange thing.
Yeah, I'm not that surprised to see him picking this character. He's been messing around with him a little bit. You mentioned classically trained. He's like the Mozart,
Yeah, he is.
slow and steady is JWong, and you can see the anti-air from Ed. Super impressive. He has some of the best anti-airs in the game. Decent zoning as well. Oh, he got baited. Yeah, this is a scary moment for JWong.
With a neutral jump. Nice, gets that psycho upper, and there's a back tech, and he's always charging that. Always charging, so you have to be careful when you're trying to keep pressure on him, because at any point in time, he can let that button go.
Yeah, standing medium kick into the V-trigger. Justin pushes him out of the orb, and he still has that for pressure, and gets right through.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, this is a huge punish opportunity. Activates the V-trigger at the end. And that's a great round for Mena. You got to be happy about that one. Even though Justin has a surprise pick, so far he is looking comfortable against it.
And this is a 3 out of 5 set. So we're looking, they're going to have a nice amount of time to adjust, make changes, and try and get used to their opponent right now. Nice crush counter. And a great combo as well. Pulls him back in. All right.
Yeah, it takes the ground, gets that counter hit, but Justin didn't confirm it. He could have done at least low medium kick into the upper. And you see him faking out with that fireball. Ed, a brand new character, but he's a very hit and run style, right? You can see him, he's wearing Bison's clothing, and he has worked with Balrog, but he is definitely a hit and run, his own kind of character, right? He's good up close, as you can see. Hit and run play style, running around, kind of avoiding Birdie, and there's that armor from him. He's very dangerous once he gets on this offense.
And once again, we talk about MenaRD being one of the sole representatives, but look at how well he's playing right now. He took out a lot of dangerous players yesterday to get into this top 8, and you can see why. He's a very steamroll heavy character player. If he gets started, it's really hard to stop that momentum.
And this is why you're seeing right here, right? Walks up for the command throw, and Justin with the EX Psycho Upper out of nowhere. Like, that's a huge risk for him to take.
Oh, the EX Dolphin Dive again, and this is looking really dangerous. And the fourth throw, first game's gonna go to MenaRD.
Yeah, big forward throw. He walked up there, took the risk, and, you know, honestly, he kept his offense very safe. You notice that he always respected the Psycho Upper. Justin got to land it one time, but the majority of that set was him walking forward, playing nice and patient, really just not over-committing on offense, which he's sort of known for taking big risks, but in that situation, it's not what we saw.
And Justin sticking with Ed in this matchup, and I'm honestly surprised. Tries to go for that meaty setup, MenaRD pushing to the corner again. And he's so offensively good that he pushes a lot of the people he plays to the corner. And it doesn't matter really who you are. It's just the fact that he plays that well to where he operates better in the corner.
Yeah, you can see already cornered is Justin Wong. He gets the Psycho Upper. And now back throw, so corner position switch.
Oh, wow. Tries to stuff the anti-air, does a great job. But look at that stun bar over there for Justin. Gets through and baits it out. Nice tech right there.
Yeah, that was a pivotal moment. He almost had stun, honestly. Justin had a great position in the corner, lost it, missed his combo opportunity.
Oh,
should be able to close it out here, and he does. In the Psycho Rising, super useful, right? It's great anti-air, great combo pickup as well. Justin looking much more solid in that round. It seems like he's found his footing, and that's what you need to do with a character like Ed. You really can't kind of rely on anything besides solid defense and your mix-up opportunity. There's a command throw.
Yeah, nice reset after the cross-up. I mean, and that's I feel like one of the strengths of Birdie that he can force. The minute he actually gets a cross-up, it's really scary to deal with. You don't know if he's going to do command throw. You don't know if he's going to try to open you up low, and there's a stun for MenaRD.
Yeah, huge damage output here. Not enough to kill. Goes to the meaty throw. Justin with a tech. Still, he's in a ton of trouble. And the perfect on the round. Justin Wong. You know, despite turning it around, he is in trouble now. MenaRD has been killing it, honestly. He's playing great this weekend. He's almost sitting on this full CA. You can see in the bottom right, he's got it now. So if he finds a hit confirm, Justin's going to be in huge trouble.
Oh, wow. Cancels into critical, and that's going to work out in his favor. And look at the damage output, even from Ed. Gets the full CA. Look at the red up there. There's so much damage. Tries to go for the neutral jump again. Nice anti-air.
Activates into the V-trigger. This is a big opportunity for him to move forward. He gains walk speed, damage, and there's a clean uppercut. It actually floated him long enough that it didn't matter. Punish here for Justin, and it's enough to kill. So one game apiece.
Now this is what I like to see, especially when I'm watching some good Street Fighter. One match tied between these two, and Justin sticking with Ed looked like it's going to work out in his favor. Like I said, I'm surprised he actually stuck with Ed.
Right.
I've seen a few people play Ed this tournament at Brooklyn Beatdown, and I'm really surprised, but we got an Ed in top 8, and I feel like I never would have thought I was going to see that happen.
Right, and you know, he is honestly great for Justin's matchups that he dislikes, right? And I think fits his style well. He's got a ton of great anti-airs, so he can play kind of a slow and steady style, and that works out well for him and sort of the way he likes to play. Crushed out of the air, and the V-reversal to escape still got punished.
Oh, that was so good to read that V-reversal, and he has a movement V-reversal to get him out of certain situations, so it's really good to have a counter for that.
Oh, yeah. You see that MenaRD with the command throw? I think that was supposed to be an anti-air attempt, and he got a misinput. Execution error. He's got the projectile right through.
I knew it.
I knew you knew it because you reacted in real life. You blocked it on the commentary desk.
Oh, my God. He's really close to death here. Justin needs to be careful, and another risky EX right there on Wake Up.
He's got projectile available. He's got to respect the down jab from MenaRD.
Overhead.
Genius. Genius overhead. Instead of taking the opportunity to counter poke with something slow, he said, let me just close out this round, Mr. Justin Wong. No respect.
Uh-oh. See Birdie trying to force Justin to that corner again. Another block on the sweep and a counter, not able to make anything happen. What a great jump in from Justin. Back down to the ground, and now the corner is in Justin's favor. MenaRD back to the wall. What's he going to do? Tries to jump out, in a great air-to-air from Justin, and there's a stun.
Huge opportunity now. Justin can pick up the combo. Low, medium kick, upper. Not enough to kill, but so close. What a block on that instant overhead, but still wasn't enough.
Justin looking really good with Ed right now. I mean, what do you expect from a player like Justin Wong? But just the fact that I'm looking at Ed versus Birdie right now is just amazing.
Honestly, I'm very impressed that MenaRD has been holding his own in the set. You know, it's a new character. Birdie's been around since the start of this game's lifespan. What a whip punish. Like, the fact that he is holding his own against, you know, a newer kind of strange character is very impressive for sure. And you can see him figuring out the matchup as this goes on.
Oh, it's the sweep. Mena slowing down just a little bit, and those sweeps getting him a lot of ground, and cancels in the CA, and this is gonna hurt a lot. A little skip to Malu. Ugh.
Not quite the kill. He gets a mix-up here. The big jump in, goes low.
Oh, wow.
Psycho upper. And there's the V reversal. You see MenaRD, he doesn't want to deal with this activation from Justin. Didn't get the combo. He missed his opportunity. Panic uppercut again. Justin in trouble. Execution error costing him there. One block.
Oh, and no punish. Another crush counter. Here's another chance for Justin and a drop. That's the second drop we've seen in a row. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know what's happening right now.
New character or something like that. Lots of mistakes. And MenaRD really capitalizing in that situation. That's what you have to do. If your opponent's going to give you those unforced errors, then you're going to take them, right? You know, you take those every day. And so he is totally fine with it. And Justin's sticking it out with Ed. Does not want to go back to Karin, who sort of is outmatched on the ground here. Really can't contest that easily with Birdie. That's why we've seen this counter pick often. Even, you know, Knuckle Do going to this character against Punk.
And right now, MenaRD is on this potential match that could get him to go further in this tournament and still holding his ground quite well versus JWong right now. That up back tech just to trying to fight his way out of the corner right now.
Justin's been getting a lot of mileage out of his jump fierce. It's a really great button from Ed, to be honest, but MenaRD has sniped it. He realizes now that he's got to anti-air a little bit more consistently with that crouching medium punch. He's doing a great job recognizing and adapting.
Nice reaction. Cancels in the trigger. Nice back throw again. Justin has the corner in his favor. Needs to be careful. Oh, nice. It's a little 4-hit combo in the corner.
And a lot of offense from Justin. Didn't get the punish, but still a lot of stun, a lot of damage. Caught him out of the air. The activation.
Oh, no hit on that trigger activation. Normally you get one, and that's going to hurt. Ugh.
One more for Dead here. Justin panics.
Oh, what just happened? The armor clashed, and Ed actually takes the round. Justin staying alive. Oh man, that was so lucky.
The hairs that he can't grow on his chinny chin chin. Justin Wong, the uppercut out of nowhere. And MenaRD, I think he probably expected that. But it was just, you know, it didn't work out in his favor. It looked like he read the same thing that Justin did. He's like, all right, look, I know you're going to do that. I'm going to EX. And he tried to get through, but it just didn't work out.
And that's what Street Fighter is, right? It's all about seeing who is actually going to pull the trigger first. Who's going to make the riskiest attempt. And if it's going to work, tries to backdash, still get caught by that EX. MenaRD in great position right now.
Yeah, what a good answer from him. Justin's been using that fake fireball a lot. MenaRD has recognized it. That fake fireball is his forward medium punch. If you hit another punch, you'll send the fireball flying. And so, you know, when he's doing that, he's just a lot of times trying to bait you to jump or something like that. MenaRD had a good reaction.
Now, Justin is getting a lot better with opening up MenaRD at this point, and I feel like it's because of those throws. He gets in the range, baits out a button, and basically dares him to throw, but here comes MenaRD. Life is not in his favor. Justin actually hits a button on that recovery.
Didn't get the combo he was looking for. Justin, anything can do it now. He could chip with CA. He's got to be very careful. Oh, anything now. If he can find some kind of block stun, he can find a CA. If he blocks this, it's over. Yeah, and he just waited. You see that? He knew it was going to come out. Just sat there patiently, as he usually does. MenaRD, he was stuck between a rock and a hard place. If he blocked that V-trigger, Justin was going to dash up, upper, CA, chip, right? It was check and mate, and Justin was patient enough to wait for it.
And that thought process, like you said before, if he blocks anything, it's going to be dangerous. Justin, aware that Mena was already charging, wait for him to pull the trigger on it, and then punishes it accordingly.
Exactly, and you can see the hit and run style from Justin really paying off here. He's kind of faking him out, constantly dashing forward, backwards, sort of, you know, of infiltration style, right? Where you play the slow kind of keep away game a lot of the match.
2-2 right now. Justin makes it out of the command throw this time around. Hops back and throws a can. Justin on the offense right now, finds a hit, confirms.
He was too far to do it, but he gets the job done anyway. You see Justin adjust his combo. After that crouching medium kick, he didn't cancel into the upper. He knew he was maybe too far, so instead resets. Good choice. He's now on match point here.
MenaRD losing control of this match. Well, Justin gaining control, and you see every hit finding its mark right now. Good damage, great position. MenaRD trying to jump out, and it's not looking too good for him right now. Still has plenty of life, though. That's one of the things you get when you play Birdie. You get a lot of chances to come back in, especially because you have so much life.
No uppercut that time from Justin. The two kicks, that psycho upper, a good choice. And, you know, Justin really just doing a good job of mixing up his defensive options here. He's blocking the can that time instead of challenging.
Nice air-to-air. Only gets one hit on that EX bullhead, though. All right, you see Justin holding his ground. Another challenge by Justin. A slight delay. There's the crush counter.
Spends 1 bar on this, gonna activate the V-trigger, get the juggle, pulls him back down the reset.
Oh, what a setup by Wong, and he is on the verge of taking this match and the set for MenaRD. Anything is gonna do it, and Wong takes it and moves on in this Brooklyn Beatdown bracket.
He is in winners finals off the instant overhead, and Wong with the surprise Ed pick out of nowhere. That was, I don't think anybody expected him to go to that character. He has other characters that he generally picks to go against Birdie, but man, that was a good one to see, right? I'm really impressed that he brought that character out, especially because MenaRD has been dropping people left and right all weekend.
We talked about how stacked this bracket was, and the fact that MenaRD is here on winner's side of a bracket this stacked is actually crazy to me. Like, he's not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying that this competition here at this event is actually some of the best in the world.
Right, and his character, Birdie, is not considered like one of the strongest characters in the game, so to do it with that character is incredibly impressive. You can see now where that puts us in the bracket. Wong in winners finals. That'll guarantee him a top 3 spot. MenaRD, he drops down to that loser's quarter. He's going to play the winner of Punk and Momochi. A tough draw, but Punk, you know, if he wins that, he'll have to go against Mena, and that's a good matchup for Mena, honestly. If you're him, you might be rooting, I mean, either of those characters are fine for Birdie, but you might be rooting for a chance to play Punk again, since Punk defeated him not too long ago at CEO. But we're going to move into the other side of this winner's bracket in a second here. Tokido versus Fuudo. This is 2 of the legends from Japan.
Definitely considered gods of the Street Fighter world and just of the FGC in general. Multi-game players coming up. I mean, personally, everybody's a big fan of Tokido. He is the Evo champ, and I feel like there's so much left to see now, especially considering that MenaRD's at the bottom half of that bracket. So before we get into that next match, we're going to go to an interview with Born Free down on the floor.
Hey guys, I've got Justin with me. Justin, congratulations. Made it to winners finals, man. Tell me about that match. Why do you pick Ed?
I don't like Karin versus Birdie, and Mena beat me last tournament. So I decided to choose Ed because I think Ed was more a solid pick. Not a lot of people know how to fight him. He's a new character, and I mean, he's cool, man. I like him a lot.
Cool. So just tell me, next match coming up, right? Who do you want out of Fuudo and Tokido?
I think, personally, for me to keep winning and advancing, Fuudo would probably be an easier pick for me, but obviously I want Tokido to win because we're both on the same team. But usually Tokido beats me a lot. So hopefully if I do beat Tokido this tournament, it'll be awesome because I never really beat Tokido that much.
All right, so we might see a team kill. I'm going to send it back to the commentary desk.
Thanks very much for the interview. Interesting thoughts from Wong, talking a lot about why he did pick that character, Ed. And, you know, it's fun for us to speculate, but interesting to hear his answer to the question. And he's rooting, he said kind of, you know, it's weird, like he wants the Overlord Rick Fox to be happy on the Air Fox 1 wherever he's flying around, to be pleased that Echo Fox is in the winter finals together. They do have 3 players in this top 8, you know, if you count Momochi as well. But Fuudo holding it down. He says he has better results against Fuudo, and that makes a lot of sense. You can see the handshake between these two. You know, fellow countrymen players, they play each other a lot. The Japanese contingent, they get together, they train together, they make sure that their region is strong. Traditionally, Japan has been the best region in all of fighting games, you know. They don't always have a presence in a lot of other games, but in fighting games, you know, in Street Fighter especially, they are incredibly strong, always the region to beat.
It's definitely a thing to see. To be here now with the opportunity to see these guys play each other in a bracket like this, especially like you said, these guys are basically training partners. They meet up a lot in tournaments because of how strong they are. And that's what I love about Street Fighter V. The fact that this is basically a new generation of Street Fighter. We get to see players like MenaRD. We get to see players like Punk come out and play these guys, and they have to adjust. And that, to me, is one of the better things about what we do and watching and playing Street Fighter V.
Exactly, and you know, the interesting thing here, as you mentioned, we're going to get to see these two play, but despite who wins, we're going to have 2 veterans in our winners finals. Wong versus either Tokido or Fuudo of Japan. Both of these guys, you know, vets, they've been playing for so long, and so despite all the young kids around, you know, doing super well, these guys are holding it down, so this will be an interesting match. There's a lot of adjustments these two will have to make. Since they play each other often, there's a ton of experience. It really is about who plays better on this day.
It's true. Here we go. Now, Tokido known to be the murder face. Playing with Akuma, a lot coming from Akuma, especially after that recent update where he got a little more life. Gave him more of a fighting chance, and he's going to need it versus a character like Mika, who takes off a lot of damage once she gets in. Definitely one of the heavy hitters, I would say.
I mean, so is Akuma. Look at that red up there on the top right. So much damage on that, but Fuudo has an opportunity here. Went for some kind of meaty, but Tokido with that wake-up standing jab, it's a very fast kind of check to make sure that your opponent's being honest. And, you know, if you don't know much about Akuma in this game, he is a little different, but still incredibly strong at all things, right? He's got every kind of tool that you would want in a character. And the thing about Tokido is that he is one of the sole people who is maining this character, right? So if you want Akuma experience, there's almost no one in the world that can give you the same kind of level that Tokido can.
Oh, nice. Changes up the trajectory with that dive kick, and it opens up Fuudo. And now the corner is looking really good for Tokido.
Yeah, he's looking very commanding in this. He's controlling the neutral very well with his grounded buttons of whip punishing and also the fireball. But there's a little buffer from Fuudo. Clean anti-air.
Brimstone into the corner. Now you're going to see Fuudo start that offense. Summons Nadeshko, the delayed. Comes from the side, and what an EXDP to stop all of that.
Activates off the fireball here. Tokido with a good position, but look at the air-to-air jump medium punch from Fuudo. It's a good opportunity for him to tack on a little bit of damage.
Oh, what a delay. Yeah, you're dancing with the devil right now. Oh, nice. There's that EX wingless airplane. Tokido answers back, and he's going to turn it up a little bit. Life not in his favor, and a crouching light kick to take back that round. We're tied 1 round in, and that's how you know we're looking at some top players right here. This is 1 round apiece in the first game versus the Evo champ.
Yeah, and I mean, Fuudo, you see the little buffers he has with that standing medium punch. He's walking just out of range and inputting it, hoping that Tokido hits yeah, just like that, hoping that he hits a button into it. So that's really kind of the preemptive ground game that we're seeing from Fuudo here.
And quite some time ago, I remember we were actually commentating together, and you were like, Fuudo works with the fear of command grab. And you're like, why don't you just, like, hit a button? It's like, well, that's how you get opened up. That's when that standing strong comes in. That standing light kick does a lot of work, and just like that, you get it opened up, because people think that you're going to go for the throw when you just open them up with a low.
Exactly, and that's what we just saw right there, right? He walked up and finally opened him up with a command throw. That'll make you want to jump. That'll mean you get hit by the medium punch, and it all adds up. Tokido with a lot of resources here, but Fuudo, that dangerous CA confirm in the bottom right. You can see it out of the air.
Nice. Using that V trigger lets you get an extra chance to react to a jump in, and that's what you saw right there. Oh, there's Tatsu into the corner, uses that fireball and the DP trigger to get the knockdown. Look at that damage output, and he's right back in the game. There's a V reversal from Fuudo, and anything right now is going to give him this match.
See, Tokido retreating. He wants his gray life to come back. You can see it in the top left. It's now come back.
Oh, wow.
Scary.
Oh, my God.
Both of them are 1 hit from winning. This is any hit confirmed from either character can kill. It makes every choice so important. That fireball landing gave Tokido.
Oh, and the footsies. Oh.
Footsies, indeed. And that's one thing people underrepresent, right? Fireball is a footsie tool. That's what you use it for. You saw Tokido throw the first one, then he waited, and then EX. And Fuudo at that time, he was like, okay, he didn't throw another one. Now it's my time to move in, and boom, and he just tagged him with it. And that's what happens, right? You condition your opponent, and you make them afraid. Throwing a fireball, if your opponent jumps over it, you're dead. But if you make it a useful tool alongside your other attacks, it's very effective.
Nice. Tatsu into the corner. Demon flip, and you see Fuudo just lay there. Does not want to take any kind of setup that Tokido might have waiting. Gets the body splat, fights his way out of the corner, and what a confirm from that standing medium punch.
Yeah, you see that body splash right there? We just saw it again. It can throw off your anti-air timing because she hangs up in the air, right? And that's what he's doing. He's trying to throw off Tokido, not let him cleanly uppercut the Shoryuken, the anti-air.
You see Tokido just backing up, and once again that dive kick throwing off the anti-air timing of Fuudo, and now he's pushing Fuudo to the corner right now in a fight back.
The EX Peach, there's the charge drop kick. Looking for pressure here, and Akuma with that V-trigger available. That's a lot of damage output. V-reversals the fireball. It was guaranteed.
And now you can see this pace is definitely benefiting. Oh, wow. I was going to say it's benefiting Fuudo, but this is going to be the round. Oh, wow.
One opportunity. That's all Akuma needs. His palms are never sweaty. The knees are never weak. He's pretty strong.
I'm pretty sure he's full with mom's spaghetti.
I mean, yeah, look at that hair. It's got to be. Punish on the fierce with a standing medium kick.
Crouch strong. Oh, wow, and now you see Tokido playing quite well. No test right there on that EX Demon flip. Blocks the low, and here comes Tokido with that neutral jump.
Yeah, that was super well done. There's the V reversal. You know, that forward fierce from Akuma where he chops like that is an advantage, right? It's +1, so you want to V reversal it. You don't want to let him get offense started afterwards. And look at the way Tokido's controlling the ground here. He's playing great. Now, Fuudo, a lot more buttons.
Oh, wow. Anticipates the dash, hits him with a jab, and activate into trigger again, and Tokido up 2-0 over Fuudo.
Yeah, and that's why Akuma, I think, one of the strongest V-triggers in the game, if not the strongest, right? It gives you access to a ton of damage. Your uppercut, it knocks down after a hard knockdown. Your opponent will always wake up with the same timing. So it's one of those situations where it makes your whole character so much better. But it's just all these little things that add up, right? The fireball is better. The air fireball approach is really good. The uppercut is great. All those things add up, and then eventually you're just in trouble. Yeah, picked up the wingless airplane.
One of the things I look at when I see Akuma be played is the fact that you can't hit buttons on wake up. And you mentioned before that hard knockdown definitely changes the scope of a game, especially for a character like Akuma with a lot of damage, a really high damage output, and a lot of crush counter and a lot of frame traps.
Exactly, and wow, rare moment where Tokido did not option select parry the V reversal. He's usually very consistent about that.
Yeah, and that's a really hard read. What a crush counter. Goes for a small reset. Tokido up back techs it. Uh-oh, activation on the trigger, like you said before, one of the strongest, if not the strongest, and the corner is in favor of Akuma right now, and he is trying to seal this deal right now in his first round of the last game, potentially. Oh, and like he said.
Right out of it. Yeah, that red fireball, it's +8, which is quite a lot when you consider the fastest attack in the game is 3 frames, right? So it's super advantageous. It leaves you in a great spot. Punish on the fireball with that EX Peach. Very fast move as well from Mika. One of her best tools. What an answer. You know that Fuudo likes to walk under people and command throw them back in the corner, and that's why Tokido jumped there. Genius. And there's a punish on the charge drop kick.
Tokido looking really good right now. Get the sweep and no cancel into Nadeshko, and Fuudo's going to have his work cut out for him if he wants to stay alive in this set.
Tokido with the throw. Any hit confirming from him now will kill. That is a punish. She can use the Fierce to try to make the follow-up not hit, but she will just armor right through.
Oh, EX Brimstone. Fuudo needs to make everything go his way. He needs this round if he's going to stay alive. Did that hit? No. Oh, what a test right there with that standing strong Fuudo trying to stay alive. Look at the stun bar and giant swing it to the corner, and Fuudo stays alive.
Did you see him walk right under the air fireball? Like, look, all right, you throw those fireballs. It's all good. I'm going to scoop you up, throw you back into this bank. Nice work from Fuudo. That's just like extreme character knowledge.
And I'm a huge Fuudo fan. I say this a lot, but Fuudo is definitely one of those guys that you look at when it comes to making adjustments, finding tech to deal with certain situations, certain characters and players like Tokido.
Yeah, both of these guys really innovators for their characters, and you can see here in their play as well. Tokido crushed him out of the air. He gets a juggle afterwards. Very close to stun. A back throw will stun here. Oh, and he got him. Used the uppercut for the least amount of scaling. He should be able to kill here. There it is, a clean one for Tokido. Moves on 3-0 over Fuudo into the winners finals. He will be playing his teammate, Echo Fox's own JWong, and that'll be in our top 3 of the bracket. So what a set for Tokido. Honestly, you can't get much more convincing than that.
Yeah, it was really scary. I mean, even if you have a high damage output with a character like Mika, it's still terrifying to fight. One, a player the caliber of Tokido.
Right.
On top of that, a character like Akuma who's going to do so much damage the minute he hits you. So it's a very much like it's a seesaw game.
Exactly, and yeah, he's kind of like a piñata, an angry piñata with lots of glowing hair and fireballs. Like, if you hit him, he just explodes, and there's candy everywhere. But if you don't hit him, then it's really, really tough. Can you imagine if a piñata had, like, a bat back? He's like, yo, come over here. Start swinging on me. See what happens.
And that's definitely going to give you a lot of games.
Does that make Dalsum like a piñata with his own broomstick? Basically. He's like, he keeps you away, he just pokes you. He's like, stay over there. Don't do anything to me. We can see our bracket now reflected. Fuudo in that lower bracket. He'll play the winner of Smug versus Daigo Umehara. It's going to be a great match as well. You know, I can't wait to see that one. We are now moving into the losers bracket. You know, in many other games or genres or other esports, they call the losers bracket the lower bracket because I think it's less offensive. But you lost.
You lost.
You're a loser.
Bro, you're supposed to be down there. You know what you did. You lost.
You lost. We've all been in the losers. But every player in the world who has played in a fighting game tournament has been a loser. Has been in the losers bracket. So yeah, there's, you know, we're not that kind about our language. We're pretty realistic about the way the world goes, you know.
But think about it like this: in this side of this losers bracket, that's actually terrifying. That's really scary because these are some of the best players in the world.
Yeah, these are all like champions.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like these are championship caliber players who are losers. So you know, that's kind of uplifting. You know, even if you're at home, you're like, man, a champion is in the losers bracket. He's a loser like me. Let's go. We're all losers together.
We're losing together. I mean, I don't want to lose with anybody.
No,
just
no, I mean
losing it all, I don't want to do. But if I am,
Yeah.
At least I got company with some champions.
Yeah, I mean, multi-time champion Momochi here. You can see him on your screen right now, representing Team Echo Fox. He was a Capcom Cup champion, and then back-to-back got that EVO win. I think only person to do it back-to-back ever, which is one of the biggest accomplishments you can ever get. He is the reigning Brooklyn Beatdown champion. No, it was Shanghai, right?
Yeah,
he got second place last year. Yeah, second place to Shanghai last year at the Brooklyn Beatdown. So, you know, Shanghai out of the bracket.
And Xiaohai, a large favorite coming into Brooklyn Beatdown in this extremely stacked bracket, not even making this top 8. And some of the matches that he played in to be eliminated were the craziest things I've seen in my life.
He got sent to the losers bracket in his pool to a Southern California player named Azad, and then immediately into the top 32, just boom, out of the tournament, right? And so that's just how this thing can go.
It was a New York player named Idam who beat the sleaze off of Xiaohai.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a 3-0. So
yeah, I mean, it's a tough match, and so is this, honestly. So Momochi versus Punk. Punk has played Momochi many times, and his success rate against Momochi incredibly high. In fact, Momochi was sent here, I believe, by Justin Wong, his teammate, and in the same matchup. Momochi, you know, he plays Ken, probably the strongest Ken in the world, but this is a tough match for Ken, honestly. He's outmanned on the ground, as you can see. She really gets to do what she wants in this range because he doesn't have the normals to contest this right here, which is what she gets to do. Really just oppress this character.
Oh, wake up EX activates trigger and puts back in the corner with that hard punch, dragon punch.
Goes to the throw loop. That's where you can just do the throw back to back, and it's really not paying off here. The V reversal's a no-go.
Oh, EX fireball and a rare drop from Momochi. That's crazy. I've very rarely seen him drop a combo.
Yeah, spacing was slightly off from Momochi. I thought that was going to be able to juggle, didn't get it. But yeah, you can see that he's really struggling to deal with Punk's ground game, right? That standing medium kick, that button is the starter, it's the ender, it's the omega. It just does it all.
Nice roundhouse block. And now you see those footsies coming into play, like you said before. Punk is definitely one of the superior footsie players of Street Fighter V. Nice. Gets the EX Tenko. Gonna push to the corner just a little more. And Momochi not challenging at all on that ground game, like you said before. It's not good for Ken.
Yeah, it's difficult, right? I mean, because what do? If you challenge, then you might get clipped, and if you don't challenge, you can't block forever. So you have to find a way, and this is what he's done here with the dash. It's good to change up your spacing like that.
Gets to the corner again. Plus EX fireball, and Momochi takes a round back from Punk.
That's what he needs to do, right? So Ken has one of the most explosive V triggers in the game, access to new juggles and damage. So when you are in that kind of position, and when you're in a matchup where you punish, when you're in a position, oh my God, punch the sleeves off of her.
Nice. Crouch strong does a V reversal. And look at the life lead Momochi has right now. Punk jumps out of the corner and tries to get something started. What a neutral jump. And confirming the EX Tatsu back in the middle of the screen, using that V skill run to get back in. Karin has full trigger at this point, and there's the activation.
Yeah, Punk autopiloting a little bit there, and Momochi just needs one hit now. The wake-up jab, he got the hit, takes the knockdown. He's a long way to go. He needs 2 to 3 more hits.
And anything right now is going to do it for Momochi in this first game here.
Trying to find a hit. Momochi stays solid, blocking. Another throw, yeah, just eat it, right? It resets you back to this neutral game, so why not? Another throw, now he's potentially in kill range.
Oh, and a block on that roundhouse, and you see Momochi just waiting like a ninja, stalking his prey, waiting in the trees.
He's literally a ninja. Exactly. By blood. That's real. A lot of gray adding up means that Momochi is potentially in trouble here for hit confirm. How long did he wait?
He waited forever and the day.
In the village, right? Waiting for his orders from the Hokage. He was just chilling. He was like, all right, look, I'm not going to hit a button. 20 seconds or something. He was just running for his life. Finally, he took the initiative to jump forward, caught Punk off guard, and that's what you have to do with Ken in this matchup. You can't fight him on the ground. And, you know, I think Punk, he looked a little bit kind of autopilot-y in that, more than usual, right? And I think maybe stayed out a little too late last night.
There's an answer back, fighting in the middle of the screen, and lets it rip. And that was a very weird exchange. That was very surprise exchange. Nice, gets that standing fierce and Tatsu into the corner.
Yeah, caught Punk reaching. There's a V reversal on the activation. No hit confirmed from Punk. He missed it, and Momochi with a clean uppercut punish.
Trying to fight his way out of the corner. Again, Punk fighting from a bad position right now. And a wake-up EX from Momochi.
We were talking about earlier when Punk just whips 11 buttons when he knocks you down, how it reminds us of Third Strike. Well, Momochi was pretty sick at 3. And yeah, he was like, look, you whiff all the buttons you want, I'm going to uppercut you. And Momochi's record against Punk has not been good. Wow, missed Tenko confirmed. It's a lot of drops from Punk. No autocorrect DP, but he does get the throw on the other side.
A back throw nonetheless. A great position change here. Momochi goes back to wait. Oh, crush counter. Step kick in the EX DP. What's going to happen next? What's for breakfast? Crouching strong goes right back in the target, and stun and death on the line. And game 2 goes to Momochi again.
Yeah, he's cleaning him up here. It's looking rough for Punk. A lot of missed opportunities, not getting those low forward Tenkos the way he generally does. He's looking a little shook.
Oh, man. He's definitely looking a little shook right now. Gives him the thumbs up. Momochi takes a huge sigh right there. He's like, I'm up 2 games. But this is not over until it's over.
No.
The power of a 3 out of 5 set is that you get a chance to come back. You get another chance to redeem yourself and pull yourself back from the ashes. And this is the loser side, so Punk needs this match to stay alive.
Yeah, Punk, you can see thinking about it here. I don't imagine we'll see a character switch.
And you said before, this is a bad matchup for Ken, but right now, Momochi making it look at it like light work.
Yeah, the real key thing here is that as Ken, you don't win the ground game, but you have to capitalize on your offensive opportunities. So anytime you get a hit, or anytime you have V-trigger, or anytime like, you know, you find a big jump in, you find a big offensive series, a throw in the corner, you just got to go in on it. And that's what Momochi has done, capitalize on his offense. There's quite the smile out of Punk.
To be down 2 games, that's a pretty big smile. Momochi not cracking a smile at all.
No, not even a little bit. This man's here on a mission.
He knows the fight isn't done.
Got direct orders from the Air Fox 1.
I just imagine Rick Fox like calls Momochi and just instantly breaks into fluent Japanese and says, hey, don't lose.
Yeah, you can't lose this match. Here's what you need to do. Rick Fox breaking it down. He's like, all right. Hit him with this angle. Don't get put in the corner. Whatever you do, don't need a back throw to stun. That would be bad. And then after that, make sure that he doesn't dash you back into the corner, hit you with a left right, and you block it correctly. That's all you have to do. Momochi's like, all right, that's a good idea. But what if I walk up, I trade, it doesn't go well for me. I could activate my V-trigger.
Oh, there it is.
And that's what he does. This is all on the phone call he had. Mix up here, and yeah, down jab for Punk.
Activate, and Punk looking a little better in this 3rd game.
Rick Fox warned him about this. He told him what would happen.
Gave him the play-by-play. He's like, look, man, I've been competing in quite some time. I know how it goes. I know it's a little different format, basketball, video games, but here we are. I'm the leader of the team. All in Japanese, by the way.
Yeah, all in Japanese. Yeah. All in Japanese. Good counter hit confirmed from Momochi. That down medium punch into the standing medium punch. You use that a lot as Ken. It's a good way to hit him when your target combo won't work. Wow, that was a really far throw.
And Punk is looking really good. Now, this is looking like a return to form for Punk right now, and he is on the verge. And gets a throw after the activation on trigger, and no punish from Punk, and this is not looking good.
His damage output, back throw from Momochi. Punk has been waking up with buttons pretty consistently when he's knocked down like that. Momochi really recognized it there. He's like, look, let me just get this back throw. Uh-oh. Gonna take him to this left corner here. Air Fox 1 in the background.
Stand around now. Punk playing a lot more precise this time around, and there's a trade. And you see Punk holding his ground. What an anti-air. A little too far to confirm that EX Tenko, but he still gets that forward throw and still in control.
Yeah, did the Tenko a little early, a little instant. Interrupt, yeah, it's guaranteed on the dash. Tried to find a fierce. He's looking for a crush counter, a button from Punk. He's seen the pattern. Wake up buttons. Momochi close to a V-trigger as well. That's his big comeback chance in this round.
I like the patience. Punk fishing for a roundhouse. Tries to go for a throw whip, and Momochi doesn't test it at all. But he's walking slightly. Every time he blocks something, he walks for it. There's a confirm from the standing strong, and look at that life. Lots of damage on the bar.
Goes low, and now Punk trying to find offense. You can see the patience from Momochi. Does not want to get opened up here. He will die if he gets clipped by Punk. There it is. And right into the critical art. That's the round. Punk, a clean confirm. And he's been missing a lot of those. You know, we mentioned he was out a little late last night. That's what happens when you're an irresponsible youngin', you know?
I told you, this is the next generation. These guys have yet to live the fighting game life of going to events, staying up too late, playing video games and whatnot, and coming to compete. I mean, Punk does consider himself the best in the world. He has played with some of the best in the world, but he's got a high order right now if he wants to stay alive in this tournament.
Yeah, Momochi's got those old bones, right? He's got to go back to the hotel called Choco. Like, he's got a life to live. He's got to hit up his students.
Look, man, he's bringing home the bacon right now. He's not only fighting for pride and Rick Fox, he has a family. And you know what Punk says? He's like, I'm the best. Reset.
He waited so long, and the backdash from Punk. Didn't want to eat the back throw into the position switch. So most Ken players would tend to do there.
I honestly thought he was going to chase with an EX Tatsu. Like, if he had done that, I probably would have fainted. Like, I was like, he's obviously about to backdash right now. But if he reads it and reacts to it, that would be amazing.
Throw loop was set up there. Punk with attack. And any of those buttons will close it out. There it is, the repeat standing medium kick. A little worse on block this season. It was better last. I think it was neutral on block last season, which was this was pretty good. Momochi fishing, trying to find a hit. But Punk, he looks like he woke up. He's playing so well on the ground now. Wow.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah, Ken switch sides there. Really weird scenario. The V-reversal is a go.
And I like how he did that stand light kick just to see.
Whoa, the little spacing from Momochi, that was sick. He walked back, tagged him with the standing light kick. You know, you'll never get sick of seeing Momochi whiff punish.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's one of the coolest things you can see in any fighting game. Nice, goes for that EXDP right there. Activate. Oh, goes for a neutral jump, and Momochi says, nah, man, I'm not dealing with any of this. And back dashes. There's a neutral jump just to see what he was going to do. Punk still alive, but barely. Oh, and reacts to the dash again with that crouching jab. That's one of the things you're not going to be able to get away with on Momochi. He's been reacting the whole time, whether it be DP or just checking with a kick. Smart.
Yeah, low, whoa, went the wrong way. Low, medium kick right there. That button into the shoulder from Karin is interruptible. So if you have a button like Momochi and you just are prepared, you can get the counter poke. Run, punish.
Oh, no anti-air, but a jump back from Momochi. He's trying to fight his way out of this corner. There's a forward throw from Punk. And this time blocks the wake up, and he's what? Now he's 4-1.
Wake up Tatsu into the V-trigger. Back throw again. And Punk was looking for it last time. And the wake up buttons, Punk has constantly gone to a clean crosscut. Autocorrect DP punish.
Oh, with the Tatsu. And he's going to have to either spins one bar. Look at that life. This is set point for Momochi. If he can take this.
Punish. We got the EX uppercut. It's not enough to kill. Punk on his left.
Oh, wow. Gets the back throw. What's going to happen? Punk barely alive. Anything's going to do it at this point. About 50 seconds left. Uses the end of that trigger and walk-up throw from Momochi, and he takes it, eliminating PG's Punk from the tournament. Wow, what a set.
And that's, honestly, I think maybe the first time I've seen Momochi get a win like that against Punk. 3-1. Impressive stuff. Somebody he has struggled to deal with for a while. And I think, I mean, you know, most players have struggled to deal with him, but that's a tough matchup. And, you know, even after winning that, he has another tough matchup up next. But, man, that was impressive stuff for Momochi, you know, trying to battle back and be a repeat grand finalist here at Brooklyn Beatdown. That's going to be tough to do, but I'm impressed with his performance.
I mean, I didn't expect anything less, but, you know, it kind of comes into question when you're playing somebody like Punk. I mean, they did. I'm pretty sure they played at E-League, and now they're playing here again. And like you said, his record versus Punk is definitely in Punk's favor at this point. So
for sure. And it's just sort of the nature of the matchup, right? I mean, he needs to get in and make something happen, and if he can't, it's trouble. So Momochi, his reward now is Fuudo in that loser's bracket. I mean, obviously going to be a tough opponent. On the other side, we can see our last match to be played in this first round is going to be Smug versus Daigo Umehara. I mean, these two have had a long, you know, history. They played a lot in Street Fighter 4, especially. I remember the days of Evil Ryu versus Dudley. And, man, I can't wait to see these two play today. I mean, I think it's going to be a great match. It's a matchup that Daigo himself does not love, right? Balrog generally considered a pretty strong choice against Guile. But a while ago, there was an event where Daigo was playing casually with Balrog. And instead of playing Guile versus Balrog, he switched to Ryu. And said he was more comfortable in that matchup. But since then, he sort of lost all his luggage at a recent tournament, lost to a Balrog player. Life has been hard on the Beast, so we'll see if he does stay with Guile or if he tries good old Ryu again. That's the sweater, Steve.
There it is. We talked about that big Orlando sweater that he was wearing around.
So Daigo was meandering around yesterday in the halls with like a double XL hoodie that just said Orlando on it. And we were so confused. Like,
we were like following him around. We're like, we got to find out the story behind this hoodie.
Dude, I thought he lost his luggage. I was like, why is he wearing this Orlando hoodie? Like, I don't know what it is. And he's just like, He's got like the long hair, the facial hair is grown out. He's got the double XL hoodie. Like, he is chilling.
Me and Z were talking about it. I'm like, this is not regular Daigo. This is evil Daigo. And he was like, yo, it's dark Daigo. He has like the evil aura. I was like, oh man, this is true.
Now, Daigo.
Now we see Smug, right? Smug could definitely take this away from Daigo, but Daigo is a person you need to look at and say respect every time. But let's just say Daigo wins. That sets up a rematch from Combo Breaker this year where MenaRD actually beat Daigo. So I want to see that again. I want to see the changes that were made by Daigo if possible.
Right, and we're into the matchup. You can see one issue, crushed him out of the air. One issue that you're going to have often as Guile in this matchup is you can't maintain the space you need to throw those booms, right? Dash up, throw. Daigo understands, you know, there's pillars of neutral, and one of the things that Smug is going to be doing in this matchup is waiting and reacting, and that's a quick round. He used the V skill to build the V trigger, got the end of that combo, but Smug is going to be waiting, right? He's going to be waiting to see what Daigo does and reacting. So Daigo is doing preemptive stuff like that dash, right? Like the dash up throw and offense like that. He's trying different styles of neutral to try to throw off Smug.
And I can tell you right now, Smug plays this match really crazy. Like, he doesn't move around much. He waits for Guile to come to him just so he can get those buttons. Because, like you said before, it's a little easier for him to get in versus, but it's not working out in his favor in this round. And Daigo takes the second round convincing.
Yeah, he's changed up his style. So he started and played sort of the same way. But in the middle there, he wasn't afraid to back up a little bit and throw booms, right? So he's throwing a few booms and then dash up throw, right? Trying to throw off Smug's timing. He's going from being a turtle to dashing up and getting in there quick. And that's what Daigo has to do in a matchup like this. Close to stun. Oh, he tried to get it, but the up back from Smug in the corner, that's the classic. Is there a flash kick?
And look down in that bottom right corner. Balrog definitely has enough to make this an even match again at any point in time. Finds an opening.
And you mentioned it. There's the damage output.
And we're tied.
Yeah, just like that. Daigo Umehara with the flash kick. Look for the upside down.
Goes for a spin. Chooses that EX, not done just yet. Use that powered up boom and the overhead.
Daigo Umehara with the first game, and look at the way he is playing. It's not a traditional Guile style at all.
Dang, hey, he got up and grabbed the. Now that's how you. Now that's a sponsor right there. That's how you get sponsored right there. He got up in the match, grabbed the Red Bull, and when he look at this,
look, all right, this is how you keep. This is how you pay the bills, right? This is how you make sure that at the end of the day, that beat shirt is not going anywhere. Yeah. The shenanigans. He ran and grabbed the can in the middle of the match. Did you see Daigo's walk speed? They buffed it in this match for sure.
The Red Bull grab.
The Shin walk speed is so fast. It must be that baggy hoodie. He maybe had a few cans in the pockets. I don't know. That was wild. Daigo Umehara in the corner already, has the pressure, neutral jump.
Yo, he's mind fudged right now. My boy Smug is mind fudged. He don't know what's going on. He's like, this dude grabbed a Red Bull can before the match was over. I don't even know what's going on.
He was running to grab it. Goes low, Daigo with the V reversal, throws a boom this time. And you see the way he's switching up the neutral though. He's going from defensive turtle style to dash up, offense, offense, offense. And it's throwing Smug off. He can't find out Daigo's rhythm so far.
And I think it's really smart of Daigo to keep playing this way. But now you see Smug going a little further out, choosing to attack from there instead of going in. That way he doesn't have to worry about some of those buttons reaching and keeping him at bay. But there he is in the corner. Oh, what an air throw.
Intercepted him, goes for the EX, looks for the overhead. Smug fights out. Any button now, V-trigger's available. He throws the booms. Smug's got to be careful. There's a lot to work through.
And that's going to give him
with
a way
the jump,
in.
He goes low. Oh, he was spaced so far out. The crouching medium kick. He had wings, Steve. He flew in there, and he just got the low.
Yo, the EX Red Bull can't grab this guy, Daigo.
He's building his V-trigger. Oh, wow. For the sweep again. Smug got in there in time. Daigo gets clipped 3 times there, maybe holding up.
This dude Daigo uses Guile sweep like it's the best move in the world. He's like, I don't care if you.
Yeah,
he just keeps doing it. I'm like, yo, are you gonna stop him? And then they're like, no, we can't.
He's too powerful.
Oh, that big jump roundhouse. Smug trying to keep Daigo in this corner right now. He does not want him to get free, but he has a loaded gun down there. Full everything, and there's that sweep again, cancels into trigger.
Daigo with the pressure in the corner, but immediate V reversal. Smug didn't want to deal with it. Crushed!
And look at how much damage was cashed out just by... Oh, wow, this is gonna hurt. Is that the...
No. He's living. One more mix-up.
Oh!
If that had been slightly earlier, if he had cracked the can a few seconds sooner, he would have got him. But Smug fights out.
Oh, crush counter. Here comes Smug and Balrog. We know what this looks like. Nice.
Clean upper. Yeah, he was ready for the neutral jump. Back throw will stun here. The down jab, he can build some bar. Should not be dead here, but it's very close. Oh, right.
You're right.
Out of his waiting arms.
Nani? What? Yep, that's right.
Put the can back, Daigo.
Grabs another can. We go back. He has a 6-pack of Red Bulls. Like, what's going on?
Double fisted. Oh, I see the jacket moving. What's happening over there? What does Daigo do? Oh, somebody removed the jacket?
Yeah, that was quick. I think he just took it off the table.
Okay. I was scared. I don't know what's happening over there. All right. Back into the match. Man, sweet whip punish. Daigo, you know, I think the problem that he had last game is that he slowed down a little bit too much. You know, Daigo sort of went back to more like defensive Guile, wait and see style, and you can see he's picking up the offense quite a bit. He's a wily fella, isn't he?
And you see these double blocks on the overhead. Daigo prepared with both punishes and a smart tech. Man, this dude Daigo is awake. He definitely has wings right now.
Yeah, he's looking great.
Oh, bad flash kick, and this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, he maybe flew a little too close to the sun there. Wings clipped. Smug was ready for the non-Ume flash. It's only an Ume flash kick if it hits.
Oh, yeah.
You don't count the blocked ones. Everybody forgets those. They only remember what it hit.
Yo, he did 7 flash kicks, and all of them were blocked, except for the Ume flash kick. He didn't block that one.
Yeah, the one that connected. Man, look at the offense. Daigo taking it too Smug now. The throw, that'll be stunned.
Jump roundhouse? No. Jump heavy punch?
He's going to be able to do a ton of damage. The standing reset into the throw, and you can see Daigo's really figured out his best opportunity here, offense, right? He can't play the slow boom game as easily against a character like Balrog, but if you mix up booms and sudden approach with stuff like that, then it's hard to deal with.
This offense from Daigo is just looking so scary right now.
Man, Ume flash kick, you know. Never missed one in his life.
Ever. He's like 100 for 100 right now.
Yeah. Ooh, almost got the punish on the... He could have done forward heavy punch, but defaulted to the upside down kick.
Yo, the downtown dash punch from Balrog, he was holding that bad boy.
With a fake out on the spin off Crouching Fierce. This is big for Smug now. Misses the overhead, but gets a counter hit jab anyway. Should be close to stun or stun.
Goes for a reset.
Oh! Caught him reaching, and that'll be another game. 2-1 in the favor of Smug.
And Smug getting back control of this match from Daigo the Beast.
A little grin on his face. I was really hoping he was going to reach for the can. In my mind, I imagined it. Also, I think that fridge was locked. I feel like he broke into it to steal one.
I feel like those aren't even for consumption. That was a proper Red Bull, and he just grabbed it and tried to drink it.
The offense now. Oh, close to stun.
Oh, nice. Albatross Spring using it. And another block and punish from Daigo. But look at that stun bar.
Big trouble. Just jumps forward this time. Has corner pressure. Wow, Smug poke out. Loops. Does he have the Daigo loop? Okay.
Sonic.
Yeah, his version, he uses the standing light kick like a few Guile players do. Knuckle Dude does the same kind of thing. Reset.
Oh, wow. And right back into another loop. This guy, Daigo, is amazing. Sajam's jaw was just open.
Oh, he's going to close out the round. Daigo Umehara gets the whole combo.
I wish we had a replay of your face right there. Your mouth was ajar. You were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how he just did it. I mean, there was a while ago Daigo could not do any kind of Guile combo. Now he's hitting the whole thing. I'm a fan. I guess it's been a while. The knee was a little negative, so there's a check after from Smug. Somewhere Giuna is rising up in happiness.
There's that Guile sweep again from Daigo, and back to the corner. Smug in control, a slight life lead at this point, but you see Daigo fighting his way out of the corner.
I maybe could have flash kicked that, honestly, but
I feel like it, yeah.
Didn't try it. Now Daigo fishing with target combo. And you see he's really just buttonsy all over the place. He's trying to hit every button on the arcade stick.
Jumps out of the corner again. What an anti-air read, and Smug with the reset. No block this time. And Smug is on set point versus Daigo. He needs this round if he's going to stay alive.
That could send the Beast back to Japan. We'll see how Smug does in this round. Daigo, I feel like, has picked up his offense over and over and over. It's whether Smug can survive and recognize when Daigo is going to move forward. Look at him go, just so many buttons.
Man, regardless of the outcome of this match, I'm like, Daigo just makes me a fan every time I see him play.
He's just such a weird style of Guile against Balrog, but it's very interesting to see. Wow, trying to Crouching Fierce the V reversal.
Oh, nice crouch jab for the anti-air. He's one of the innovators of that tech in Street Fighter V.
See it land again. Smug in trouble. Does not have a lot of V-gauge. That's the big issue here. He needs that with comeback.
I feel like that's one of the things that you have to remember versus Balrog. If you make him spin a V-reversal one of those bars, that match becomes significantly easier to deal with. And you can see here as Daigo takes this round on the slow and steady, wins the race, and ties the set 2-2.
He punished with light kick, medium kick, target combo? All right, well, you know, he apparently remembered everything. I feel like Daigo was backstage just looking at the command list, and he was like, how many of these normals are there? Like, he just...
We've definitely seen every button in every form from Daigo at this point.
I even saw him use the crouching short, standing medium punch shark combo this week, and I was like, I haven't seen that since like the first week of Guile. Such a weird thing to use.
Oh, tries to go for a throw, and Daigo just holding back and ready with the sweep. He just threw it out just to let you know I have two legs.
It was just in case Smug V-skilled through the boom. He threw the boom and then had the sweep after it. Oh, punish. That's not actually a huge punish, so probably not the end of the world for Daigo to eat. Punish this. He gets a little bit of damage.
Ugh, that upside down kick. You can only do something like that if you've only ever been in the Air Force. Nobody else can do that.
Yeah, he's got flight. It's not a big deal.
Upside down kick.
What is going on with Daigo Umehara? It's working, but I'm not sure.
I feel like in between every round, he pounds a Red Bull. He's like, you thought it was over. He's like Popeye, he just squeezes it into his mouth.
His muscle, his arcade stick grows. It becomes more powerful. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, crush counter. Don't count Smug out yet, though. Dash up, throw back into the corner. Here comes Daigo. Too early on the throw and attack by Smug.
Yeah, he backdashed out of there. Didn't want to be in that position. Picking up offense. You can see Daigo switching from defensive to offensive to flash kicking to all over the place. He's really... All right, I don't even know what's happening anymore.
This is getting crazy. Business is picking up. Even the dancers are losing rhythm. Now, like, yo, these guys are going crazy up there.
What's happening back there? I don't even know.
All right, here's a throw from Smug, and he can take it to a final round. Crush counter. Yo, right into critical art, and this is going to hurt. Not going to take the round, but this is going to put him in good position.
He spent his whole V-trigger, though. As soon as you use CA, while in V-trigger, it spends the rest of the bar, and now Daigo goes into the last round with no meter. Smug on near full bar. Daigo's going to need a miracle here.
And you spoke about last time how he had that sweep climbed up just in case he V-skilled through, and that time he was not ready, and it actually gave Smug a round.
And man, I was going to say, I feel like Smug is getting like a rhythm on Daigo's movement, but then he did all those upside down kicks and the low medium kicks and everything, and now it's, I'm not sure, counter hit. Smug looking good here, doesn't find the throw bait.
Oh, nice. And with the jump. Oh, and the throw, and that's going to be it. Daigo goes down to Smug 2-3, and what an amazing set regardless. I mean, for me, Daigo still won that match, but what a set regardless. Smug moves on.
From Daigo Umehara will never, ever cease to amaze me. I don't know what this guy has planned, not only in the match, but in his whole life. It's just such an interesting fellow. What is he going to do with that? He didn't know what to do with the can. He's going to bring it here, actually. It's for you.
Daigo's going to walk in, hand me the can, go back out.
It's for you, Steve. He is donating you the can. But yeah, I mean, that was a great match. It was a really interesting game plan from Daigo for sure. The upside down kicks, the dashing in and out. He's like, look, I'm going to play nice and slow, then surprise you with the dash while you're waiting. Then when you're like, all right, I got to do stuff to intercept me. Then he's like, all right, now I'm going to throw booms. It's right. He's mixing up the different styles of neutral that you can play. And that was a really impressive and kind of funky way to play the matchup. But yeah, now we're getting into the nitty gritty here. We got our top 5, 2 players out already. That is Punk and Daigo Umehara in 7th place. As you can see, the loser's bracket is stacked. Fuudo versus Momochi, and we have MenaRD versus Smug. So
wow,
we lost 1 American player and 1 Japanese player so far.
All right, this is a nice little game of remove and see who makes it. And like you said, that loser's bracket is still stacked right now. You got Fuudo versus Momochi coming up. Then you, like you said, MenaRD versus Smug, which is going to be an amazing match.
Right.
And JWong versus Tokido, a team kill on its way, but that just means somebody's going down to those shark-infested loser bracket water. And like I said before, it's like going to a gym and there's a shark in the bottom of the swimming pool. That's exactly what's happening right now. You're like, I'm in the loser's bracket. What's the worst that can? Oh my God, a shark. That's exactly what's happening.
What kind of gyms are you going to?
The most dangerous gyms, the FGC gym. No.
Yeah, they just got sharks everywhere. They have laser beams on their head. Man, that's wild. I've never been to that gym. Maybe that's why I'm not as cut as you, but we're going to cut to a quick interview on the field with Born Free.
Hey guys, I got Smug here. Smug. Wow, holy shit. I'm not sure I can say that, but congratulations, man. Tell me about that match. That was so close. You just put out like, you know, the best player of all time.
You know, the way he played, it was a little different than the other guys that I played, like Dominion, Knuckle Do, you know. So the way he approached it, he was very rush down heavy, you know. So it kind of threw me off guard a little, but I was like, all right, well, let me rush down too, so.
So you just went for it. You just battled it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you got MenaRD next, right? How do you feel about going into that match?
You see, me and Mena, we play a lot. So he beat me at first attack, and I definitely went to the training room. So, and that's my training partner too. And we on the same team, so best luck to him, and best man win.
Okay, well, good luck, man. Congratulations.
I like your suit, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think I look good. I'm gonna throw it back to the commentators.
That is a really sick jacket, though. Like, I was actually going to tell him that when I saw him. That's a cool jacket. And like you said before, this is a double team kill coming up. And this is much like NASCAR at this point. Now you have, it's like, who do you let win? Do I just say, I want to win and forget the rest of the team? Or do you say, you know what, I might take an L? But that's cheating. You don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, they got the patches all over them, right? They got the different things on there. Nobody has theatrics better than Daigo Umehara, that's for sure. I mean, that guy... That sprint, I've never seen him move that fast in my life, like in all my years. I mean, or maybe if you say there's an open bar.
Yeah.
But anything else, like I've never seen him with his sea legs on him like that. That was just super impressive. We got a team kill, the winners finals here, Echo Fox on Echo Fox action. And I can't wait to see how this goes, honestly. I mean, these two have played a bunch. Justin mentioned that he feels Tokido has a very strong record against him. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes down. Both of them in the orange and blue or purple? Which one is it? I think it's blue, right?
I think it's blue. It's definitely blue.
I don't know.
I'm getting
Probably
older.
blue. Yeah.
My eyes are not.
Your eyes going out? Yeah. I feel you. It's tough to see, man. It's a kind of a ambiguous color. We got a good match coming up, though, in these two. Karin already carrying to the corner. She has great corner carry. And this matchup is interesting. Tokido has a very unique strategy against Karin. He will always eat the throw. Yeah, he's not willing to kind of get baited into the throw very often, and he has some interesting tech to deal with it, but this is the matchup that he beat Pumpkin in the EVO Grand Finals, and already in trouble.
I want to see how this plays out, because look at the life lead that Justin has already, and almost on the verge of stun at a certain point, and that standing medium kick is going to give him the first round. Justin Wong.
He took the offense to Tokido in that round and really prevented him from establishing the neutral. And in this matchup, Tokido is great on the ground. He's good at kind of shutting down a lot of the options that Karin has, even though she's got a lot of firepower there, right? Great range on her normals, good hit confirms and stuff like that. But, you know, he beat him to the punch, and that's an important part of a matchup like this.
Crouch strong, and now you see Tokido slowing it down just a little bit, walks under that demon flip and answers with a Tatsu.
Yeah, standing jab buffer, medium kick Tatsu. A weird choice from Tokido. It worked out with punish.
All right, go forward in the fireball. And now he's checking that footsie range with crouch forward himself. What an air-to-air from Justin. Tries to get back in. Okay, there's the activation. That stand roundhouse. Dashes up, gets the counter hit and the back throw. Justin trying to get something started and says, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. Flip back, punish in the full CA, and that should be the first match for Justin Wong.
Is
Still
it?
alive. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. She's laughing at my mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, V-trigger cancel available. This is huge. Just the jump back. Justin, preemptive. Oh, Tokido's going to have a lot of damage here. Not enough. It's so close. Instant overheads. The threat goes low.
The chip out.
It's enough. And that's a round for Tokido. Steve, the ultimate commentators
I definitely just did that.
That's your fault.
That is 100% my fault.
Yeah, that's actually your fault. Your contract is being ripped up off screen.
I'm just going to see myself out. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, we're talking to you. So Steve's out of the building. It's just me now. Things are looking good here for Tokido in that turnaround. He did a good. Oh man, wow! They just took Steve. That was okay.
All right.
Well, oh, you're back.
Yeah, man. I had to talk to him. They let me come back.
Okay. Just making sure.
Go forward in the fireball again. Nice test. And like you said before, the footsies that Justin holds in this matchup is going to be really good. But Tokido has so much damage output, and he's going to have a second chance to come back in a lot of these situations because of that.
See him poking with the fireball. That's actually Akuma's one of his best strengths, right? His fireball, one of the best, certainly the best out of all the Shotos. It's a really, really useful tool. Takes the Rasenhan knockdown there.
Throw into the corner again.
Yeah, Justin in a good spot, actually. Oh. Demon flip out of there. He's been good about dealing with demon flip so far. V-trigger available for Tokido. Hasn't activated.
Cancels in the trigger, tries to go for that big forward hard punch, but gets the throw in the corner. Tokido still in the lead. Nice wake up DP there from Justin.
Ooh, scary position now. Does he panic out with the uppercut? No, stays solid.
Stay medium kicking.
Got him. And Justin has been doing a very impressive job of dealing with Demon Flip, dealing with jump forward fireball, and dealing with the forward heavy punch from Tokido. He's been reacting with jump back every time, or jump forward air to air. And Karin, not traditionally strong at anti-airs, but if you're in the perfect place, they're not bad. They can get the job done, and that's what you saw right there.
Well, you see a lot of people, one of the mistakes versus Akuma is that they try to contest some of those fireballs sometimes. It's like, well, maybe if I hit them, they go away. It's like, no, you might get rid of one fireball, but you're going to eat the other one, and Akuma still gets a combo. So jumping back is actually a better option. That way you don't have to worry about a combo following up or just making a mistake.
Yeah, he's about plus 85 on the air fireball. You know, he sort of walks up and always gets the combo. Now, throw loop. Threat for JWong, but he stayed solid. Wow. Reversal parry from Tokido. Maybe expecting another button. It worked out.
Fishing with that roundhouse. You see Justin opens him up with that crouching medium kick and then dashes up to claim that land that he got. Goes for the overhead. No reaction by Tokido.
Ooh, activates. He gets a grounded combo here. He's going to be able to build CA at the end of this, and he's going to spend it for the round. A good choice, you know, using those resources to close it out. Especially Karin's a very dangerous character with that V-trigger locked and loaded.
I feel like it's really hard in this matchup to spin trigger from Karin on a block. I feel like that is the worst thing possible, especially fighting a character like Akuma who has crazy walk speed and really good frame traps. So if you activate trigger versus Akuma as Karin, you better make sure he's about to die.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even the lockdown on it's kind of worrying because, yeah, it's a good ground game. There's very few characters that can fight Karin on the ground well and compete, and Akuma is certainly one of them.
Oh, wow. Big counter hit by Justin, and he's working on a stun. Gets the crush counter roundhouse and the stun, and that's going to be a round again for JWong.
And you're full meter for him, too, on the left side of the screen. You can see it on the bottom left. He is sitting on a full CA. That's half of Akuma's life and half the round that can just slip away instantly. All he needs is one confirm, one bad fireball, one of those little medium kicks.
So remember, during the early days of Street Fighter V, where we always used to make fun of Justin for holding all this meter.
Yeah.
Look how well that's turned out for him right now. I mean, he's still doing combos. I feel like his meter management has gotten so much better in Street Fighter V since he's been playing a lot more, and it shows. I feel like he does so much, and he does better combos. This is so good.
I feel like he never would have done that at the start of the game if it were not Punk really showing everybody how valuable you can be with that much resources. I mean, he's already done as much damage with what a CA would do with 2 bars. OS, Demon Flip from Tokido to escape, V-trigger activated.
It seems like she always has meter. That's why you have to spend it. She's a privileged meter spending person. This is what she's used to. Uh-oh. Gets the DP after the trigger, and now Tokido with that corner pressure in his favor.
Takes the throw. In trouble is Justin. He's close to stun. Back throw will stun here, and that'll be the game. Big damage on that. Frame trap from Tokido. One apiece now. You can see him really kind of piece together how his offense should have been going. And he was like, all right, well, Justin's been poking out in these situations, so I'll start to tighten the frame traps up here and take my throws when I can.
And a sigh of relief there, even from Tokido. I mean, Tokido is the Evo champion, but that is JWong you're playing.
Right, who is, you know, had a bad record against him, but I think this weekend in particular is playing some of the best Street Fighter I've seen him play in a while. Late cancel on that Tatsu from Tokido. You can see the Demon Flip throw, very low recovery, especially if you jump back, not likely to get a punish.
And this is what I was talking about. The fact that Justin didn't hit any buttons on Wake Up versus Akuma is one of the smartest things you can do. An early activation, not bad, because Akuma does not have trigger himself and stuffs the EX dash, tries to go for that forward hard punch. Justin reacts.
Yeah, forward heavy punch, a good choice against a character who has already popped V-trigger. You can't V-reversal it. You just have to deal with the advantage after, and he had no meter to uppercut either, so. You see jump back from Justin. Doesn't even want to deal with that air fireball situation.
Okay, gets the sweep. Justin dashes up and back dashes again. No anti-air from Justin, just decides to remove himself from the situation. Tries to go for that Rasenha, gets stuffed.
Yeah, I think maybe even tried a fierce or something. Uh-oh, 50-50 opportunity now, but he just takes the damage instead.
Gets the knockdown. Oh, wow. No anti-air, and once again just jumps back. And look at the backdashing from Justin. Raw activation, 28 seconds left on the clock, and you see the fake outs, those empty buttons. They want somebody to react. Who's going to do it first?
Who will panic first? Tokido with an empty jump forward. Just the full jump out of the air fireball. Justin can EX Tenko, though, so you got to be careful as Tokido about how you throw those fireballs. You see how he kind of faked it. Oh, finally went for it at the last second. He waited a long time. And Justin, you know, he was thinking about it for a while. Then his focus sort of shifted, and then boom, immediate fireball.
Now you see Tokido backing up a little further, not wanting to deal with some of the abilities that Karin has with her footsies game. So he's just backing up fireball or demon flip or just going for a raw jump in is definitely how he's setting up this offense. And Justin is trying to react. And that's why you see him doing a lot of jump back, because he's not sure what option he's going to come in with.
Takes the throw this time. Tokido on the offense already. That neutral jump maybe to check Justin on the way in. Wow, EX Tenko ran out of projectile invincibility. So a bar spent for nothing.
Activation. Not a bad activation. Wow. Just gets walked back into that EXDP from Tokido, and now the corner is in his favor.
Yeah, huge advantage for Tokido. That throw would have killed. Extra gray on there. Justin looking for offense. Out of range for the throw. He's got a lot of meter, though.
A little bit of trigger left, but you see Tokido with the bottom right. He has it as well, and just takes the match, steals it away from Justin, but a pretty dominant round, though.
How many of those EX Fireball round closers have we seen from Tokido all day already, right? It's the real, it's just like, it's instant, right? It comes out so fast. You step out of your opponent's ground game, you know, their range where they want to hit their buttons, and you just throw it. And they will always seem to swing into it because they react to the movement, right? They see something, and then they hit a button, and then the EX Fireball comes out and clips them. Also, the activation into V-Trigger after leads to a full grounded combo at a lot of ranges. It's a really good move in general. You can see Tokido really kind of going to it often at the end of rounds.
I was really happy to see Justin do raw activation when he had that trigger. That way, it kind of changes the game plan, because I can tell you right now, Tokido was probably waiting for a block into that activation. That raw activation, like you said before, actually ups Karin's ground game. She gets access to that Rekka, and you have to respect her a little more. So I definitely love the fact that he did that empty activation.
Yeah, and she has a 2-bar V-Trigger, which means if you use it early, you use it often, you can actually maybe gain a second one in a round. Which is very unique, right? Akuma, the 3-bar V-Trigger, you're only going to get one per round, even though it's incredibly powerful. One of the best V-Triggers.
And this is definitely one of my favorite stages in the game.
Yeah, the music is great on this one. The first stage that they ever showed off. But, man, you know, you got to feel for Justin. He gave up a lot of space already on the ground here. And it's looking like he's much less confident than he started this set.
Like I said, it's really scary versus Akuma. That walk speed, that damage, and look at this possible stun with the throw from Tokido. And this match is looking good for him.
Yeah, he doesn't have to even spend any resources, although he had a bar if he needed it. Tough now for Justin Wong. He's down around, and it feels like ever since that first game, Tokido has settled into where he wants to be, and he's playing great. He's always in the right spot. He's kind of realized that Justin's going to jump back often and kind of give up space. He's willing to take it and just get the corner.
All right, there he is trying to fight himself out, using that crouching strong. Tokido says, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to walk back.
Out of the throw range, Justin with the low medium kick didn't confirm it into Tenko. You need those hits. Those hits add up a lot, and there's not going to be that many mistakes and opportunities.
Especially from a player like Tokido, but on a character like Akuma as well. Stand like kicking and answer back with a standing medium kick, and he gets that EX Demon flip.
Yeah, this corner series could be the death of Justin. He teched. This is huge.
Oh, that's stun.
Stun now. He's going to be able to maybe build enough resources for CA. He's got it on the last uppercut. Oh. Huge damage output for Tokido, and he's going to move on into the grand finals over Justin Wong just like that. That's why he's the Evo champ.
What a good set, though. Like I said, I'm never disappointed in Justin's play. I mean, especially now. I mean, I feel like he's come so far in Street Fighter V that any progression that he makes, especially making it to this top here at Brooklyn Beatdown, says so much about his play.
Exactly. And I mean, you know, a lot of people have been like, you know, since Evo, maybe where's Tokido? What is he up to? He's not out and about performing in some crazy way. But this is one of the biggest tournaments we've seen him at since Evo, so it's really impressive to see that. And you know, we got a chance to talk to a lot of the players all weekend that have been here at the Brooklyn Beatdown. We're going to go to some of that right now.
My name is Daryl Lewis. I go by Snake Eyes. I'm sponsored by Side Games and Red Bull, and I'm a professional gamer. Fighting games have taught me about patience, about just strategy, and about being serious about whatever you put efforts into. So just go either 100% or just go home. How did I get my gamer tag? It's a funny story because a lot of people think that I got it from G.I. Joe. A lot of people think that, you know, I got it from rolling dice. But I was just sitting at home one day and I was like, you know what? Snake Eyez is a sick name. I'm just gonna roll with that, and that's how it started. When the game first dropped, I used to play like 10 hours a day. You know, like I couldn't even escape the game. I was just stuck playing. But now, I spend like 3 to 5 hours. You know, I learned everything, and I just try to get some games in to stay fresh. Outside of fighting games, my favorite video game is Destiny 2. Currently, and before that it was Destiny 1. In Street Fighter 5, I feel like Punk might be my my arch nemesis. I mean, he's beating everyone, but when he comes across me, like, he has a lot of trouble. So I'm trying to see, like, you know, where that's gonna go in Street Fighter 5. If I weren't a professional gamer, I'd probably go with being like a pharmacist or like you know, like a firefighter or something like that. I feel like those are the kind of things that I would be attracted to if I weren't a pro gamer. JB is actually an underrated player. I played against him, and I don't think his style counters mine that well, but I feel like his style in general can approach any other style really well, and he has the potential to win. I mean, he just beat Punk pretty convincingly so.
And welcome back to the Brooklyn Beatdown. We are halfway through the top 8 here at the Barclays Center. I'm James Chen.
And I am Ultra David. It's already been a good one.
Oh yeah.
Already been a lot of really good stuff, and we're going to continue that right now as we move on to the next match. You can see the two competitors up there on the left. That is Fuudo, and on the right, Momochi.
Yeah, Fuudo, who of course has been so consistent during all of Street Fighter V's life cycle, but I feel like he's still missing that one crucial victory.
He's somebody who has, you're right, been very, very consistent. He has had a lot of second places. He's had a ton of top 8s. The major wins have been not quite as frequent for him, and certainly he wants to make that happen here, but Momochi is a big roadblock. Coming from the loser side, he already knocked out Punk, and Punk has been probably the best player in the world throughout the last half year. He hasn't won everything either, but he has been in grand finals consistently.
Right, and you know, even at EVO getting second place, you know, a lot of people considered him still one of the strongest, but he's out now, and Momochi is moving on, and so he's the one facing Fuudo, and Fuudo already with a quick start into the corner, getting the pressure, the side switch in the corner, and the stun. Wow.
That was a 15-second stun, corner and stun, and then resets coming in. It's going to be very deadly. Waited. He was worried about Dragon Punch, worried about something. It didn't come. The whip punish! Always you can count on Fuudo for that. He has one of the best sets of reactions, some of the best spacing in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've seen it already. Momochi has had some great whiff punishes already in this top 8, but Fuudo taking it right to him. And again, look at this, 2 rounds in a row, less than 10 seconds into the corner.
Wow, okay. Just controlling things. Momochi recognized that Fuudo let him get up a couple of times already, so now Momochi taking advantage of it, getting out of the corner, fighting in the mid-range. We've seen more of, I would say, the SF5 10 style this weekend from Momochi. It's not just the staid mid-range game. He's been active more, but right now he is, just looks like he's kept put.
Yeah, he's being battered by Fuudo right now. But however, look at all that meter that he has, basically. One touch right now, he can drain most of Fuudo's life. It's not going to be able to kill right now.
Well, I think that's why Fuudo's holding off. Look at this guy. He's just hanging out at range, maybe waiting for that V-trigger to end. He has his own trigger, and that's, there it is. Down medium kick was buffered into trigger. It came out.
Oh, nice. He's going to get the confirm off of that. Still not quite dead. All Momochi needs is like one throw, and then Fuudo is in danger of death.
Oh, yeah.
Art.
Oh, so Fuudo is still playing his safety first game. Boom, right on through.
You had just talked about reactions from Fuudo, and there is a perfect example. Saw the fireball and immediately had the armored flying peach to go right through there. Just absorb the fireball, take that hit, and go right on through and take that game. But of course, Momochi, as we mentioned, took out Punk, so he is definitely in a prime position to go far in here. He's been one of the greatest Street Fighter players of all time. However,
Fuudo in that list as well.
Yes.
And already Fuudo has started it off. Again, Momochi just looks like he has not been able to get things going. His counter poke game hasn't been there. Okay, finally, just as I say it, it comes out. Now he's got a chance for the pressure.
All right, throw loop time. No, he faked it, and Fuudo was ready, and he actually blocked.
Just like that, the momentum is stolen. and now it's going to be on Momochi to make something happen again. The movement was great, but into nothing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I felt like he was actually planning to dash in, because otherwise he could have just got a clean uppercut, perhaps, against Fuudo. And look at this, Fuudo got him all the way back in the corner now. Just needs one more touch. Nice.
Fuudo away.
Yeah, Fuudo knew that Momochi wanted to back throw him into the corner. So even though that was kind of a mix-up situation after that V-trigger activation, more likely Momochi would have gone for the back throw to corner him and get that kind of positional advantage. So Fuudo said, you know what, just gonna back dash, get out of there.
Those last 3 hits were all crouching shorts. That's one of the best closing buttons in the game. And Fuudo's spacing on it was perfect. He didn't take any risks. Whenever Momochi got in, he was just blocking it out. And just like that, he's in again.
Yep.
Look at that. Momochi, with as good of reactions as he has, he's not dealing well with charge roundhouse. That's because Fuudo has mixed up his approach so well.
Even with the non-charge roundhouse that you just saw right there. But so far, the majority of all 4 rounds that we've seen so far have been in this corner here with Fuudo applying all of the pressure.
Control.
And again, that whiff punish.
Beautiful stuff.
And that's
going to
be punishable, yeah.
Here's the thing about how Fuudo has controlled that corner. It's not the sort of crazy Mika mix-up command grab, forward fierce, meaty every time kind of stuff. In fact, he's backed off a lot. He's had those 2 big whiff punishes we talked about. He's let Momochi wake up with jabs a couple of times. It's not the extreme pressure style of Mika. It's a cage. It's a cage, and he's done it perfectly.
And it's actually shades of, oddly enough, it's very much shades of Fuudo's original Fei Long usage from Street Fighter 4. He used to be able to cage you in with the Rekkas and the crouching heavy punch with Fei Long. And, you know, I mentioned this a lot, but it wasn't a character pick that a lot of people seemed like. It didn't seem logical for Fuudo to have played Mika, but he has really adapted Mika to what he wants to do in a fighting game, in Street Fighter.
Absolutely.
And he has made this character work for himself so well, to the tune of a 2-0 lead over Momochi, and not just a 2-0 lead, but a very dominating one at that. I don't feel like Momochi has really had any momentum so far.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. Whenever he's had anything going, Fuudo just blocks it out. There have only been a couple of situations in that. The run, and then into nothing. Momochi knows Fuudo's reactions.
And, you know, even though it's on the other side of the screen, same situation, corner position right now.
Backing off. You see Fuudo backs off every once in a while. He's trying to outrange the stand roundhouse and whip punish it. We've already seen it a couple of times. Yeah, exactly like he just did. They're a perfect example.
Same whip punish again. And then the EX command throw, the punch command throw that might even do it, and it is. And Fuudo, just like that, 5 rounds in a row. In almost record time. I feel like I've just blinked and Momochi is almost eliminated.
Dominant performance from Fuudo, and it starts off just the same.
Oh, man.
Well, an error. Mob taking advantage of Momochi. Perfectly punished by Fuudo. He got the corner again. He is a hit, a mix-up away. No.
Finally, Momochi gets some pay dirt off of that wake-up EX uppercut against Fuudo. Tries to get in there with the run, but Fuudo is all ready to go.
Again, perfectly placed. He just puts himself at exactly the right spot. I love Momochi giving up the V-trigger. It's not been helpful for him.
Right.
So get out of there if you can.
Fuudo getting back all that momentum by using the... Oh, wow. Oh, he did not have the meter. He did not have the meter.
Almost over here from Momochi. Okay.
Confirmed that was such a late cancel, but then the crouching light kick from Fuudo, which has just been causing Momochi so many problems. Very fitting that that was the move that finished the match off.
That match, I would say the story of it was about half screen.
Yeah.
That was it. It was Fuudo standing at a spot that's very uncomfortable for Ken. It was outside of the stand roundhouse range. You could see when that trigger was there, that Momochi wanted to get stand roundhouse into activation, into something going, right? But just outside of it was Fuudo, and he whiff punished the roundhouse. He made it so that run was not really an option because he reacted well to it. He had anti-airs if Ken tried to jump out. That spot was his, and you could see Momochi trying to figure out a way around it. I think the adaptation was starting to come when he had the V-reversal, just giving up trigger, recognizing it's not been helpful for him, and it was too late.
But it's crazy because Momochi dispatched Punk, you know, who a lot of people thought might be the favorite for this tournament. But then just like that, Fuudo 3-0, 6 rounds straight. And you can see that he's moved on in the loser semifinals. And he will be playing against the winner between Smug and MenaRD.
There's a very interesting set of ages in this remaining group of players. There's a tweet from Fuudo earlier today where he says, Fuudo, Tokido, Momochi, and JWong were all born in 1985.
Really?
They were indeed, and so they are in the 30-plus club. There you saw a battle of two of them in the winners finals, a battle of two of them as well. But these two, very different story. These are 90s kids, and they're some of the most talented young players that are in fighting games today. Smug has been around for a few years. Mena, of course, has been playing for a few years as well. It's just that outside of the Dominican Republic, where he's from, we didn't really get a chance to see until just last year.
Right.
And he has burst onto the scene and already has gotten into grand finals at NEC, already has won major tournaments, big regional tournaments.
And just recently in Puerto Rico, there was first attack, and the Dominican Republic team took 1 through 3.
Correct.
And DRA being one of those players. Also, don't forget, I think he eliminated Tokido from Capcom Cup last year.
Correct. Yeah. MenaRD won first attack.
MenaRD.
Second place.
Yeah.
Grand finals in first attack. You see him trying to center himself there. Smug was also at that event and made top 8, but as you said, top 3 was all Dominican Republic.
Of course, Smug, one of the strongest players in the States, if not considered probably top 3, maybe. A lot of people talk about Punk, NuckleDu, and then Smug is always in that conversation.
You're right
there.
JWong is still in this tournament, though.
That's true. Right now, MenaRD, a lot of people don't consider Birdie one of the strongest characters in this game, but MenaRD uses him. And it's very common for people to downplay their own character, to focus on the weaknesses, but MenaRD is actually one of the players that considers his character very strong.
Yes, he has a lot more faith in Birdie than most people do, and he shows why. He has great pressure, he has great buttons. Wow, perfectly timed on the turnaround punch, getting right through the grab.
Yeah, throw invincible on the first frame is that turnaround punch. And now just zoning with that standing heavy kick. It's a great button for Balrog.
The can allowing Birdie to approach again, and he goes right into the EX. He is very dangerous in trigger. Ton of damage. No whiff punish there. Not available. Safe setup there from MenaRD.
Look at him back off, too.
Well, within that trigger, you get such speed as Birdie, and I think he got the hit. I thought he was looking to evade exactly that kind of scenario. When the trigger came, I thought there would be an EX upper or something.
That's what I thought he was going to come out. He just did the regular upper, and that has no armor on it. The EX one would have at least been able to absorb that hit. But yeah, of course, it was that standing heavy kick, from Balrog that is good to throw out. Even though it is a punch, it is a kick button.
Well, he's a boxer. What can you expect? Not
nice.
reacting in time was Smug, and MenaRD goes back to controlling this. He's really controlled this match so far. Mid-range has been his, pressure has been his. He has not had to deal with pressure from Smug, and it's going to be the same right now, assuming no major mistake.
Yeah, what a neutral jump, and MenaRD is going to get a perfect on Smug in that round. MenaRD looking very strong, taking out a lot of strong players. He took out Haitani yesterday. He took out Nemo yesterday. Nemo, another one of those players who's just been on a roll.
Yeah.
A player who people consider one of the strongest in the world, but MenaRD dispatching a lot of these players.
And of course, a close one against Justin earlier today. So now it's on Smug to try to find a way in, try to control things. It's just, again, there's movement with Birdie. And you don't think of Birdie as being a terribly movement-heavy character, but that's how Mena has been playing him so far. He's been real squirrely.
And every time he hits that standing medium punch, he is canceling that into the headbutt at those ranges where it's whiffing. In case Smug walks into the range, gets hit, and then it turns into a combo for him.
Activate.
And that time maybe a little too close, so he had to V-trigger cancel it to keep it safe.
I think he wanted to get into the trigger. He's in there now. It's going to be safe. Can is coming in. Oh, lovely escape. Mena had an idea for punish, was not there.
Oh, just walk up for
Look at that big body move. Got him.
Oh, yeah.
That is a scope. Oh, not dead. Hold on a second. There it is. That's a scope that a lot of people have on MenaRD. It's a read. He likes to do the zone.
Turn around.
He likes to do it. And it works out for him pretty often. But there, no.
There's a decent amount of invincibility, mid-invincibility when he does that move, so it can go through a lot of things, catch a lot of people by surprise, but Smug had the read that time. And you see right there, even there, he delayed a standing medium punch to Smug, almost like he was waiting to see if he came out with that turnaround headbutt first.
I love that MenaRD took advantage there. V-reversal, wanted to keep the corner, but Smug escapes finally. And now it's up to Smug again to get in.
Ooh, not sure what that was all about. I mean, was he trying to dash under him with that EX?
Yeah, I don't know.
But now, yep, trying to zone with that stand. Oh, God, you know what? MenaRD has the best percentage of crazy EX headbutts from a screen away. That thing connects so much more often than it feels like it should.
Right. Pretty fast, but nothing fantastic. The banana came to his rescue. It was still there, the little peel.
And again, see the EX headbutt out of nowhere. And oh, boy.
I think he was counting on the can to save it, but it didn't work out. He might be... No, it's Birdie. He's a big boy. He lives, and Mena, of course, with the EX wake up. As we were just saying, he loves the zonk. He would have been canceled, but still unsafe if so.
Right, but you know what? Maybe Smug wasn't aware that he wasn't thinking about that he was in V-trigger. And you know, the zonk goes straight up when it's not in V-trigger, but when you're in V-trigger, it goes forward a little bit. And Smug backdashed right on MenaRD's wake up, so I think he was trying to avoid something.
There comes Mena, huh? Chance for pressure, nothing really there. Light, I love the whiff punish. Smug trying to keep this corner finally. He just hasn't been able to consistently do so. No anti-air, I'm accustomed to seeing Smug get that. Mena still, you see how active he is on his own defense? Jumping, buttons, grabs, zonk.
All right, I like the V reversal from Smug. Kill that pressure, keep MenaRD in the corner, and keep him stuck over here. Look at this, just very careful pressure now, just trying to do little bits of damage with his own dash. Then does a back throw. That was a defensive throw, and now it's scary
We're two mix-ups away. That could have been, ooh, in fact, one more mix-up now for Mena. He got what?
Not quite enough to kill.
Anything. Both sides.
Oh my God, the perfect timing to find that EX dash punch to get through. And yeah, look at, that says everything right there. He knew that he had made some crucial mistakes, and that almost came back to bite him, but Smug manages to clutch that one out.
These two guys have had a lot of casual games against each other. They've both been traveling to the same events the last few weeks. And I know this has happened before, just in hotel rooms.
As we mentioned, Smug was just at the First Attack tournament, as well as MenaRD, but they're tied here 1-1.
Now Smug, he's playing this a little bit differently when he has the corner. It's more about containing his opponent. Yeah, you see from that range right there, it's not about being up close where Mena has had buttons and grabs and jumps and the like.
Yeah, he's backing up a lot. He's backing up a lot because he's worried also that MenaRD is just going to try to jump out of the corner.
Right.
So you back up a little bit, lock him down, just use the dash punch, find the opportunity to jump in like that. Oh my God, that chased him down.
He might activate here, yes he does. Again, Smug gives up the trigger. He's going for V-reversal more consistently. Again, he's in there, the can still.
Still rolling.
The can.
Still rolling. And yeah, he had the anti-air all ready to go. And the confirming of the EX headbutt again. One more hit, and this time MenaRD finds it in that standing light kick, catches Smug, takes the round.
You know, these guys did play at First Attack, and in that event, Mena beat Smug in losers semis.
You can see right now just how much comeback. I mean, people talk about Balrog all the time with comeback potential, but the way MenaRD has been playing Birdie, you almost feel like the conversation is backward. You know, that Birdie is the character that's scary that you have to worry about the comeback factor.
That's a big part of why Mena thinks the character is good.
Ooh, no cancel into
the range was beautiful, but again, the back grab, again, it's activity.
Oh my God.
Again, it's activity, Mena. Anti-air. He wanted the flame for anti-air. It didn't quite come.
I'm surprised Smug did not try to challenge that.
Ooh, safe on block and armored. It's a big... What? Smug with the reactions in time. It worked the first time.
Right.
But the next two times, it has not worked. EX Dolphin has whiffed.
But the crazy thing is, you know, it's the EX flashes a lot of times kind of the giveaway that the Dolphin dive is coming, but he had just done 2 EX headbutts, so he was probably hoping that Smug would react by blocking to that EX flash.
Well, look at this reaction from MenaRD. Take control, almost the game. No wake-up button from Smug.
All right, well, we talked about the comeback factor for Balrog. Goes low, but great block from MenaRD, but not that time. Went low 2 times in a row. Oh, but the armor from the headbutt is gonna do it.
EX Zonk. What else would it be? It's MenaRD. That's what he does. And yet, you may know that, but the question is still, when is it coming?
Right, exactly.
Right? It didn't come just before. There was a little mix-up and Smug got it. So it's not every single time. But Mena has really made it to strong effect, and now he's on final game for him. Smug trying to battle.
That's always one of those scary things, especially with someone like MenaRD. He's not one to sit back on defense, especially when he's getting mauled like that. And that's one of those things that I feel like you have to get the read on him. So even though Smug was getting that momentum, it's such discipline to reel yourself back a little bit and say, you know what, I'm gonna stop my offense now and see if he hangs himself.
Can. Forcing movement,
Oh,
action.
the can. Caught Balrog low.
That's the value of the can. It forces action from your opponent. You gotta do something.
And even after Birdie jumps, sometimes it's even hard to see the can on the screen. I think Smug kind of lost track of it. But here he comes. He's going to get an EX jump. He missed.
Smug of all people to miss a combo. That is so rare. You had the anti-air Mena. Dolphin worked!
The hanging chain worked. That a Bull Revenger worked that time. And then a combo into the headbutt.
Look how active he is. Always Mena is doing something. Match point now for him.
Again, another crazy EX headbutt out of nowhere. And he has had that anti-air ready to go. That was at least the third or fourth time that he's managed to get that against Smug. That crouching heavy punch. MenaRD really taking that move and putting it on the map for all Birdie users.
That's how much Smug has been accustomed to MenaRD pressing buttons in that situation. He allowed Mena to walk up EX grab.
With a slow walk character like Birdie. Okay, nice. Uses the armor to get through there. Gets him with the overhead.
Into what? Low. All right, the stun, the round. Smug is fighting. Not out of his thing yet.
Right, so MenaRD, who's already at match point. He's got second match point here, Smug's got to take this to tie it 2-2. Again, the EX headbutt.
The can is there. Yes.
And he's still able to confirm off of it. MenaRD very aware, very cognizant of that can.
He has the corner. He's trying to maintain control. Advantage there after the EX for Smug. Nothing really with it, though.
But he's out of the corner. That's the important thing right now. He's kind of out of that pressure situation. But again, I don't know what MenaRD's strategy on that or what his timing is on that, but it works so well.
He's trying to make it uncomfortable for Smug to move forward. And he's doing a fantastic job of that.
Man, look at this life lead. Smug has to make some sort of comeback.
There it is. No, even Birdie's button was not far enough. Smug is on the ropes.
Anything now. He has absolutely no health. He is at 0 vital.
Jumping in, moving forward is Mena again, and jump medium kick from Birdie seals the deal. Smug eliminated. MenaRD survives in losers.
Wow, MenaRD has just been taking names all tournament long, and I just know right now that DRA, his teammate, is probably screaming at the top of his lungs right now, just cheering for his buddy. He is definitely one of the most energetic crowd monsters you can get.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, the body count continues for MenaRD. Like you said, Nemo, Haitani, and then a very close match with JWong. And over Smug, you know, he manages to do it. It's going to be a hard slog for him in the next one, though, against Fuudo.
Ah, yes, okay. Fuudo, of course, just one of those players who just adapts so quickly, has a great understanding of spacing.
Well, we saw Fuudo's game before. I think that was a very notable one to me because it was Mika, but very much a different style of Mika. It was whiff punish, cage Mika. It was not like he had the very up close wild pressure. That wasn't the game. So, you know, if you can make that style work with Mika, I feel like you can do almost anything. Whiff punishing. And for Mika, you know, she can get in and really maul Birdie. This can be a tough matchup for Birdie. On the other side, Birdie can kind of do the same to her. It's just a question of who can get things started faster. And with, I gotta tell you, with that whiff punish game coming out of Fuudo right now, there's got to be something very impressive from MenaRD for him to keep up.
But you know, it's interesting because Birdie doesn't have a great wake-up game, right? I mean, most characters don't, but you know, I'm curious to see if Fuudo is going to try to change it up a little bit, be a little more aggressive than he was against Momochi. Like we said, he played very footsies, very fundamental based, but I feel like that's the right way to play against Momochi.
Okay.
You know, maybe against MenaRD, he's sensing something different. Maybe doesn't want to give MenaRD any chance to build any momentum, so he's going to want to go in.
Certainly there's no wake-up EX Dragon Punch to worry about.
Right, exactly.
Birdie does not have those options. We talked about the wake-up Zonk. It's not that great. It's not. Wake up EX command grab is throw invincible, but like it's not like he has one catch-all solution.
Right.
So he's gonna have to play a little bit differently. I'm sure they are both very capable of it, of course. We're in the top 4 here at Brooklyn Beatdown, starting things off.
And we saw this with Fuudo going up against Alucard. He was using the microphone a lot. Just to kind of as a weird zoning tactic, but I don't know if that's going to work necessarily as well against Birdie. Look at Fuudo with awareness to not cancel that standing heavy punch just in case he didn't punish in time. Now here we go. MenaRD, see this is why I was worried about the whiff punishing game from Fuudo, is that Birdie's buttons are very far.
Right. But they're long. They have a lot of recovery. Oh, what? Fuudo with reactions or option select, I'm not sure. He's a very good tech monster. I wouldn't be surprised if that was an OS, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a reaction either.
Right, he saw the armor and then canceled the standing heavy punch into the EX Flying Peach to beat the armor out as quickly as possible.
MenaRD just has to let that... Oh, well, it's an OS. You just block. Right. If there's nothing there, you grab it.
He has definitely done that a couple of times this week, a few times this weekend. He has definitely added it to a lot to his arsenal.
Perfect jump timing. Yeah. Fuudo has excellent movement, and he's really made that count today.
Okay, he's going to be able to get a combo with Nadeshko here into the... Oh, no, missed it, but is able to grab. Yeah, the armor can't get through the grab.
That will be stun, should be the round. It's going to be easier for Fuudo to close it out. So, a ton of movement from him, excellent pressure from him. Option selects or reactions, either way, it looked very strong, very convincing.
But again, it does look a little different than what he was doing against Momochi.
Oh, sure, it should be, as you said.
Cross-up jump light kicks on MenaRD's wake-up, so he is definitely trying to apply a little bit more pressure, play a little bit more aggressive, and that's, you know, not only the player matchup, but the character matchup as well. Now I hear a character select here. Not sure.
Did he go to Laura?
MenaRD has a pocket Laura,
change.
but I don't think that this is going to be a change. I think he's going to stick with Birdie.
You are correct. We'll see if he can make an adaptation. I think number one thing to think about is how Fuudo moved around. He was weaving in and out of Birdie's buttons. He was jumping out at the right times, dashing, and that's well an error there to start.
Good anti-air from MenaRD. That trade is always going to be in his favor because just keep Mika out. Again, that standing heavy punch. Oh, man. What?
It is more of a range game right now for Mena. You can see the way he's pressing buttons is not quite as wildly. He's waiting for Fuudo to react. Well, that was the one moment where he did not. He tried to be too active.
Oh, but finally MenaRD gets his signature turnaround headbutt.
Slide.
Again, beating the armor. And that's going to take it. Yeah, that's going to be the end of that round.
2 times in a row like that, and it coming out as quickly, I feel like that's not been slick, but I'm very impressed either way.
Yeah, there must be like a longer armor.
There's more hit stop.
Yeah.
I mean, hit stop.
Hit stop, yeah. Fuudo so far has looked very, very strong in this. And despite the fact that MenaRD has kept it close in a lot of these rounds, it still feels like Fuudo has been mostly in control. He's had all the right reads and all the right reactions in the key moments.
Wake up button.
And now Fuudo on deck for that critical art. No, he's going to spin one of the bars for the EX Flying Peach to get the standard.
That should be stun. That should be the round.
Oh.
And that's going to be the game. It's, again, a very fast game. It's 2-0 for Fuudo. We just saw him 3-0 Momochi. And he's on his way to doing the same against Mena.
Fuudo, again, we've talked about how consistent he is. He's a former EVO champion in Street Fighter 4. Very, very talented player. He's been He is one of the gods of Virtua Fighter.
Yes.
And that is one of the hardest fighting games to learn and play. And that game is all about reads and learning and recognizing the patterns of your opponent. And Fuudo has definitely brought all of that talent into the Street Fighter world.
Yeah, it's a tech-heavy, option select-heavy game, and you can see that in his game as well. Oh, you know, mentioned before, this is a battle of somebody born in 85. Fuudo versus MenaRD, much more recently. He's a teenager still.
But again, the cool thing about Street Fighter, giving a guy like MenaRD the opportunity to travel the world, play everywhere, including here at the Barclays Center in New York.
Oh, okay, so now he's seen slide enough that he's going into neutral jump, medium kick. There's punish.
He's going to want to keep playing here. He's got to do something, otherwise his road is going to end right here, right now, because from the same side, I should say. Oh, no, he did not get there yet.
Sweep. Oh man, I don't know. That is the kind of tool that I love to see. It's not the go-to for most people. It has enough startup that I think it convinced Fuudo that he could jump. Fuudo, no OS jump back or anything like that.
Look at that. That time Fuudo just stayed on the ground, blocked the can, was able to punish the turnaround headbutt. Oh my god, the stun already. Whiffing the command throw to build a little extra meter. And here we go, reset in the corner, just goes for the regular throw. And then the cross-up, he should have been able to combo off that cross-up.
MenaRD is maybe 2 hits away from doing this.
Oh, he went for the command throw, beautiful stun.
Nadeshko's already gone.
Yeah, gonna avoid Nadeshko. Oh, man, the V reversal!
That was enough?
What? That was so much damage, holy, wow. I swore that Fuudo was going to have one last chance, but there is the damage potential of Birdie. We talked about how much he can do damage-wise for comebacks, and that was a perfect example right there. MenaRD is on the board, still alive, still fighting here against Fuudo.
I love the idea of him just using can in reaction to Mike.
Yeah.
Why not? Set it up. It's more valuable. And again, we have this zoning type of style from MenaRD's Birdie. Oh, wow.
A little too far.
Oh, that's Fuudo. Perfect space.
Oh, nice. Counter hit towards medium kick. Was able to combo that. Again, good reactions, good hit confirms from Fuudo. You see him back off now, playing that space. But there's the problem right there, is that a lot of Birdie's moves are really far. So even if you do whiff punish them, you know, the Flying Peach has the potential to miss unless you EX it. But it doesn't matter. Fuudo gets the hit here. He's going to be able to launch into the wingless airplane. And now Fuudo at match point to move into losers finals.
Role play against JWong.
This match right here, the loser gets 4th place. Winner moves on to still have a shot for that $20,000 first place prize.
Somebody like Fuudo, I feel it's very tough to hit with EX Dolphin. It's just too slow startup on him.
Right.
Reactions are too strong. Now Mena fighting from the corner. Trying to find the button to keep Fuudo out, and he hasn't been able to do so.
Yeah, but again, you see right there, reacting to the microphone right away with the can. Okay, here we go.
It's punishable, you know, and most characters don't get anything credible there, but Mika does.
Yeah, not only is it just the punish, but it's also the corner carry.
Right. Into this exact kind of situation. Left, right for what?
Stays in the front. But you know what? Nadeshko missed. Very fortunate for MenaRD, so he's going to live thanks to that. Sweep, not going to connect, and Fuudo did not have any meter for an EX Flying Peach to counter, and again, just catches him with a light headbutt like that.
Look at how Fuudo plays with his movement. He's so consistently outside of Birdie's range, and when he's in, it's very much on his own terms. Look at that. Dashed in just in case. Didn't work out. Okay, fine. Back up. Yep. Feeling confident.
And we've seen MenaRD whiff a lot of stand heavy punches, stand medium kicks, just because, and that's not by accident. Fuudo is staying right outside that range. He is the best at maintaining ranges from his opponent.
Look at the time now, 9 seconds on the clock. Birdie, no whiff punish. He remains alive. He's got to get something big. That is going to cut off a lot of the time.
Yeah. Oh, he went in? Whoa, I thought Fuudo was going to run, and I think MenaRD thought the same. He woke up with an EX headbutt. But Fuudo instead went in, did a little bit more damage, and was able to take it against MenaRD. Fuudo on to losers finals now, where he is going to be fighting against Justin Wong.
Well, today the babies from 1985 were victorious. Hey, that's the top 3. Tokido, Justin Wong, and Fuudo.
All right, let's
Something
go.
about that year.
Let's go old men.
Oh, yeah, to you, that's a baby.
Exactly. But yeah, Fuudo now going up against Justin Wong. And of course, you know, Justin Wong has always been one of the best players from the United States, maybe one of the greatest fighting game players of all time. You know, Tokido, Justin are always in that conversation of being good at so many different fighting games.
That's 2 of the top 3.
Yep, exactly. And Justin Wong, of course, recently, you know, concentrating a little bit more on the game. And
yeah.
And the interesting thing about it, in conversations with him, he was like, you know, I'm playing really well this weekend, but I've only been playing Marvel like in the past few days. But the thing about it is, it's like sometimes those different games like that give you advantages. Marvel is a game that teaches you reactions, and he said this weekend he felt like his reactions have been a little bit more on point than normal.
He told me 2 reasons for that. One is that he's playing Marvel, a very fast game. You got to think, you just have to be faster, right?
Right.
The other reason is the keto diet.
Really?
Yeah, apparently he's been dieting for the last month, and he feels very energetic now, and he feels like he reacts well. He feels like he wakes up more easily, and he's maintained it this weekend.
Okay.
And he's feeling really good. He said he feels like he can think faster and better and react faster and better.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tokido, who's waiting in grand finals, who won Evo, very similar mindset. He very much believes in the healthy body, healthy mind. He's done a lot of yoga work recently, a lot of meditation.
Right. It's valuable. It's valuable. So here we have losers finals. Echo Fox Justin Wong versus Fuudo.
Fuudo, of course, believes in the drinking diet.
Well, that seems to be working out for him, eh? Case-by-case basis. Not everybody has the same physiology, James.
Everybody is unique. Fuudo starting off with the command throw, putting Justin back in the corner. But Justin's already drained Fuudo down half life. But here we go. Familiar situation for Fuudo in the corner. Goes for the command throw instead of the left-right mix-up.
All right, here's Justin.
Gonna dash on it? No, I thought he was gonna go for maybe a side switch combo.
Right.
See Justin backing off, trying to build a little space. No anti-air reaction there. Okay. V reversal, not gonna let her get out of there. Although, even if she had backdash, she would have lost her V trigger at that point. No
Justin is playing very patient. He sees a moment. He had just been kind of letting Fuudo jump in, Fuudo move forward. Had perfect timing on the button.
At that time, seemed like he was all ready to have that counter poke ready to go. After baiting Fuudo into believing that Justin hadn't been hitting a lot of buttons. All right, so here it goes again. Fuudo trying to get that corner position, but Justin getting the crush counter, but nothing much else off of that. Didn't want to spend any of his resources.
Well, he got some V-meter for that, and he just spent part of it. Here comes Fuudo now. Into the corner, looking for the whiff punish. Justin Wong did not let him have anything.
Yeah, the one thing about Justin I know for sure is that when he fights against Mika, he loves using the V reversal if he ever blocks the drop kick. He is almost 100% consistent with that because Mika is positive. She has the advantage after that drop kick, and Justin just wants no part of that mix-up.
Well, right now, Justin Wong has the corner. He's looking for super confirm. Fuudo just blocking it out, waited through that V-trigger time. But still very dangerous.
Yeah.
Is Justin safe? Yes.
He's going to be able to get the critical art juggle right here. And that is going to be game number 1 to Justin Wong. After watching Fuudo dominate Momochi and pretty much dominate MenaRD, he's only lost 1 game to both of those players. And Justin starting off right away, giving him as many losses as Fuudo has had in his last 2 matches.
Justin continues to look so strong. He challenges at just the right times. He moves away. He didn't give buttons for Fuudo to whiff punish very often. That's a huge part of playing in that neutral footsies game, back and forth, trying to find the right button, trying to use your tools to take control of the situation. Part of it is not pressing buttons.
Right. And Justin has always been one of the greatest experts in what I like to call the economy of buttons. If it costs you money to hit buttons, Justin Wong has a large savings account. Let's just put it that way. He knows when to use the buttons and when they pay off the best. But Fuudo right now, with that pressure, at this point in time, doesn't matter if you hit buttons or not. Fuudo is just going to put you in the blender.
One of the remarkable things about Fuudo in this top 8 to me is that maybe like the 3rd or 4th command grab he's had in the corner. Really? I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
almost none. That has not been the major game plan. Part of it, obviously, but not the major go-to.
Yeah, command throws are so powerful in this game, but oftentimes the threat of the command throw is even more powerful. If people are worried about it, they're going to be hitting buttons, they're going to try to jump, and that just gives you all sorts of advantage. And interesting right there, Justin actually did block the dropkick, but no V reversal. He's actually going to save that V meter. And now maybe try to use that for some offense here. Oh, here comes the death.
Whoa! Justin perfectly timed. That's somebody who believes in his reactions right there.
All right, does activate the V trigger, but then gets caught by the stand medium punch. Beautiful confirm by Fuudo. Oh, a jumping light punch, but that was almost so early that Fuudo could have punished him when he landed. V trigger activated, so Justin can't get the V reversal there. Oh, goes for a little bit of the mix-up, but that's safe. On block, in V trigger.
Fuudo backs up.
No counter hit on that.
In. Very dangerous. Both of them, neither of them wants to take the big risk, but look at how many buttons Fuudo's pressing. Oh, he does finally get something.
But not quite enough to finish off Justin. But that meaty towards medium kick is going to be enough to take that. So Fuudo taking game number 2, I should say.
Notice the difference now Fuudo plays here versus against MenaRD. Against Mena, he was very rarely pressing buttons, right? We talked about that, right? Mena was the one pressing buttons, whiffing buttons. Here, a lot of the time, it's Fuudo. And that is due to Justin Wong, not just the character. The character matchup you have to approach differently, of course, as Fuudo. But it's Justin Wong not giving Fuudo things to react to, not giving him buttons to whiff punch.
And it's really interesting because, you know, we've seen Fuudo in 3 different games already. 3 very different styles.
Yep.
Very different strategies, different approaches. And again, I mean, that is character matchup, but that's also player matchup as well.
There's a whip punish from Justin.
Oh, no,
he
drops. Yeah, it drops his combo. That would have been a nice side switch for Justin. Instead, he does get out of the corner, but takes a good chunk of damage in order to do it. Try to air, anti-air to Justin, but missed. And now Fuudo gets the cross-up. He's trying to put Justin right back into that corner. Look at the chase down on the backdash.
Here comes Fuudo now on the block. No hit. No dash did come after all! And Fuudo got in as a result. He knew it. You could see him still pressing forward.
I do like that Justin's been aggressive when Nadeshiko's been called. He hasn't just been letting himself get put into that mix-up. You know, he command dashed into throw. That time he did the EX for Senha. But Fuudo was still able to take that round.
Out of the corner is Justin. Trying to get something going here. Lovely patience.
Oh, no. Just frame Tenko after that crouch medium kick.
Yeah, probably an error. Blocking, jump back OS tech, I guess. Not really in there anymore.
Wow, wake up jump back light punch worked for him. And look at him. You see Justin spacing. He just backdashed after he got away and then came
again,
right
OS.
back in.
Wake up for Fuudo. Here comes Fuudo. He has, oh boy, the train's coming.
Oh,
which way do you block?
Mix up. Justin jumps.
Oh, actually that turned out to be the right call. Does he get there in time? He doesn't. In fact, he had the V trigger. He could have come in with the Rekkas. He didn't do it.
Right. He just went with stand heavy kick. Maybe he thought he had the cancel still there.
I don't
he
know.
Forgot he had it activated.
Little brain fart from Justin, and now Fuudo was very much alive.
Oh, yeah. The life difference right now is absolutely negligible.
Yeah, they are tied. Justin
Except the problem right now is that Fuudo does. Oh my God! Out of nowhere comes the forward dash in the punch command throw from Fuudo, catching Justin by surprise. And right there, that was exactly Fuudo taking advantage of the fact that Justin is not hitting buttons.
Exactly right. Yep, Justin was maybe hoping to react, maybe looking for a jump, whatever it was. You could see Justin just walking back and forth, and he was not being active. That's a tell that he's not really looking to control the range right in front of him. Fuudo recognized it, and as you said, came in perfectly.
All right, so now Fuudo, after losing that first game, up 2-1 over Justin Wong. He is trying to get himself right back into grand finals to face Tokido again. And he has a great start here in game number 4.
Justin will be very judicious with buttons, not being overly buttons, and still, Fuudo now is in.
Still got the crush counter twice now against a very light button. Justin, and now Fuudo at match point. Could this be Fuudo's time to finally break through and maybe take a tournament? Again, he's been so consistent, second places, top 8s all year long, all last year as well, but still has never been able to manage to get that first place prize at a big event like here at the Brooklyn Beatdown.
Well, Justin has to change something up. Right now it's not working for him. Fuudo was in just as he had been before, but Justin, the not very buttonsy style, it's just not paid off. And it looks like he's maybe trying to play more active, maybe more offense. Maybe that's the call. No, back to this. Patience. Fuudo comes in at just the right moment. Of course, it's Fuudo. He's in there. He is a mix-up away from getting a stun. This may be the end for Justin. If he cannot survive.
Well, he has had some solid
blocking is good.
Okay, he finally uses that V reversal against the drop kick.
But that's a big loss for him in this moment. To not have V trigger activation into super or something like that is a big loss.
However, one combo for Justin into critical R would still be able to take it. Didn't confirm off of the crouching medium kick, and that is gonna be the death of Justin.
It's hard to ask that somebody reacts to every single individual crouching medium kick.
Right.
But at the same time, you can say with confidence that if he had reacted to it, he would have won that round, right?
Absolutely.
So you can't, it's hard to be overly critical, okay? Nevertheless, that's how the situation went. Fuudo stays alive.
Right.
Fuudo now gets a rematch in the grand finals against Tokido, who beat him pretty soundly earlier today in the top 8.
But I mean, that's kind of the pressure that when you see someone like Punk, you know, we talked about not being able to confirm every crouching medium kick, but someone like Punk can. And, you know, it's interesting because now that, you know, gets us to the point where, like, man, he didn't confirm every crouching medium kick,
again,
you know.
Again,
But
you can't be overly critical.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So while it's easy to sit there and go, well, somebody else does it all the time, that's not an easy thing to do. And so for Justin to have missed that, he's only human, man. He's only human.
Well, somebody else who has pretty good reactions is K-Brad. We had an Xfinity session with him. Let's go check it out.
What's up, guys? K-Brad here, also known as Kenneth Bradley. I am a Street Fighter V player, also a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite player for Team Evil Geniuses. The reason I choose blonde female characters are, if you think of the game, they're usually the fast, strong characters, but if you just think of the looks, they always look hot. Outside of fighting games, my favorite video game is Final Fantasy VII for sure. I think I beat the game about 70, 60 times. I just can't stop playing. The person I enjoy beating in tournament the most is for sure Justin, because, you know, like hanging out, since we're good friends, we hang out a lot, so I just don't like being at dinner. I just don't like being at dinner and just having to hear about me getting smoked by him, because he's not very humble at all. If I wasn't a pro gamer, I for sure would be a bartender. I know when I go to bars, I just like to have a nice drink or two, maybe 7. Whenever I see the bartender, that's my best friend. Street Fighter V, I probably play maybe like 4 hours a day, 4 or 5 hours a day to practice for a tournament Street Fighter V. But it also depends on the netcode. If the online is good for a game, I can play all day. I can play 12, 14 hours a day. My irrational fear is definitely tornadoes. I don't like anything where it can just show up. Like I'm just driving and then it just pops up and then I'm dead. I hate them. I'm terrified of tornadoes. The most underrated player right now is definitely Shine. He's one of the only people that can beat Punk, Smug, myself, like all of the top guys. He can definitely take them to the last game, last round, and he can actually beat them. So I definitely think when he gets rid of his old tournament jitters or whatever it is in him where he doesn't play a certain way, he'll definitely be like top 3, maybe top 5 in America. Gaming has definitely impacted my life more than anything because, you know, it's something that I get to do for fun. So to be able to get paid to do something like that, and to have someone fly you all over the world to compete in these tournaments, to have all these people want something signed or to have a picture with them, or like they want to buy you a drink, they want to buy you something to eat, like all this stuff just because, you know, I hit buttons better than, you know, this person over here or that person.
You know, K-Brad talked a little bit about those tournament jitters. I got to imagine how Fuudo was feeling right now. As you said, he got pretty much bodied by Tokido in winners finals, but you know what? He's going to have a second chance here. He's hopefully made some, you know, thought about it a little bit, how he would approach this match differently.
Yeah, let's take a quick review of what has happened in the top 8 so far. JWong versus Mena. Justin bringing out the Ed. to take it over Mena. Then Tokido versus Fuudo. Tokido, like we were just saying, it was a blow-up over Fuudo. Punk, one of the big favorites, eliminated by Momochi after having been sent to losers pretty early on. Smug then over Daigo, always a big fan favorite, but so is Smug.
Yes, very close match between those two players.
And then Fuudo versus Momochi was a dominant performance by Momochi.
By Fuudo, right?
I'm sorry, by Fuudo. MenaRD then dispatching Smug as he had in first attack as well. It's been a couple of big tournaments in a row. Then Fuudo continued his streak, 3-1 over Mena, and then continued it again, 3-1 over Justin. So having been sent to losers 3-0 in losers side, Fuudo has been on a tear.
Right. But you know what? I do want to take the opportunity here just a little bit just to say that I really feel like MenaRD is kind of the the MVP of this tournament so far. Getting top 4 in a very stacked tournament like this, really making a name for himself. I think it's really cool to see him come out here. I mean, again, obviously, if you've been following, you know how good he is, but this past year he's been doing so well, but this, I feel like, kind of solidifies a lot of that.
I think that's really great to see. His home country, the Dominican Republic, they have very talented players. And every time we bring this up, he is quick to say that he's not the only one, that there is a scene there, and there's a lot of strong folks. And with Kaba and DRA traveling, he even says, there's more. There's more. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. But for now, he is out, and we go to the grand finals. Tokido versus Fuudo. Tokido won Evolution this year. Evo champion. In between that and here, he did fine, but not really as dominant. And here he is at big moment again, right up at the top.
Well, you know what? A lot of the times, what a lot of people don't realize is that sometimes during those other tournaments, players may use that opportunity to get more information, to test things out, to try things differently, to see if they can add new stuff to their game, so that when it counts, like something like Evo, like something like Brooklyn BEATDOWN, they'll be able to take it in those situations. So even though Tokido hasn't had quite the success that he's had since Evo, here he is in grand finals.
Yeah, and he's in the winner's side. That's what the W up there is. Fuudo's on the loser's side, so Tokido needs to win only this first 3 out of 5 set. Fuudo needs to effectively send Tokido to losers in 3 out of 5, then win again another 3 out of 5 set.
Now, I've often said that the person who loses has kind of a slight advantage when they get a run back, because after you lose, you're just like, man, I wish I could have did this. I should have did this. I should have did that. And so, if Fuudo had been thinking about that, maybe he has a different plan to go up against Tokido. But Tokido, such a high caliber player, I don't know if that's going to matter.
Oftentimes that's true, but Fuudo's been very busy. He's had to just play against 2 other people, whereas Tokido's been sitting by himself, and he's been able to think. And I wouldn't be surprised if he came out on a tear again.
Yeah.
He just did in that first round.
Tokido probably thinking, looks like Fuudo's going to come back. I'm going to make sure I stay sharp.
Yeah. Look at the spacing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Yeah. Pixels, literal pixels on your 1080 by 720 screen, right? 1280.
It's one of those.
Yes.
It's one of those numbers.
Yes.
P or an I, whatever it is.
And it's amazing how they can measure that distance just by raw eyesight like that.
Knowing exactly where they are. Fuudo's trying to make the approach now. This is a huge moment for him. He keeps it meterless.
Oh, well, he's going to spend a lot of resources there, but he's going right in there into the throw right after the demon flip. And we are just right on track as if Tokido has never left. Taking that first game very soundly. And look at that expression from him. The stretch, the little smirk. Yep. He looks so relaxed and comfortable.
When we saw him before, he was doing the same thing, even though he won 3-0, then 3-1 in his top 8 sets today. After each game, including the wins, same reaction. It's a ritual for him. And that's valuable. You kind of calm yourself down. You get back into it mentally.
I think he even said in a previous interview, he would see whenever Daigo would, in between matches, it was almost like he kind of zoned out. And so he was like, maybe that's the key, to not get too stressed out, because Tokido oftentimes did hurt himself in between matches thinking too much.
Well, it seems like it's working out today, that's for sure. Here comes Fuudo, reacting. On the way in, he tries to react to that. Many times he is successful, not right there.
All right,
so Fuudo now with control.
good life lead here, good spacing, good choices right now in this footsie's mid-screen game.
He's going to use, challenged it, and then blocked it. That could not have been better for Tokido. He played that perfectly.
Oh, and gets the autocorrect uppercut. Still has an opportunity here. He almost has a full V trigger. If he can just block maybe one or two more things. Oh, and now he has the full critical art, so any hit right now will be able to steal the round for Tokido.
He's very dangerous. Those crouching hitting kicks are meant to be hit confirms.
Oh,
did he get it? Not quite. I love Fuudo just ending the pressure, even though his pressure afterward is not that great. Here comes Tokido. God. That's gonna do it.
And he doesn't even, he knew that he could kill him without spending any meters, so he's coming in round 2 with a full critical art bar. So now any hit or all this utility, he's got EX Demon Flips, EX Fireballs.
Back to a range where he can control the match. He's been able to get in, he's been able to get out, he's been able to zone. Here comes, no!
It missed, the second hit missed, and so it stopped, and Tokido was aware of that, and he was ready to punish. Gets out of the corner with that EX Demon Flip.
Trying to maintain pressure. He just reacted too late. Very difficult to do.
All right, nice, okay.
Into the corner.
That situation there is almost guaranteed damage for Mika.
There it is. Yes!
Oh, the crouch light kick. Link confirming the critical art. The Fuudo special connects it here to take that round.
He's been trying to make his reactions count in this game and in this set. Withstand Fierce, reacting to it on hit. Not easy to do. Crouching light kick is also very difficult, but a little bit easier.
Now you can see them both back to this neutral game here. And Tokido, very similar to Justin, that economy of buttons. You haven't seen him hit a lot of buttons in this series. He probably watched that Momochi fight and said, I don't want to get whip punished all day, so I'm not going to stick out so many buttons. And he stuck out one button, and Fuudo had whip punished it.
Right, that's the issue. That's what he's worried about. But now Fuudo's in the corner. Tokido, will he play in? He tried. He tried with Big Read. Yeah, trying to maintain corner control on this. Here comes Fuudo, anti-air.
Oh, he's going to get the cross-up and in the confirming. Guess what?
This may be big.
That's punishable. Yep, there it is. And that's going to be able to take the game, I believe. Yes! There it is. Fuudo taking his first game against Tokido all day long. Remember, they faced each other earlier in the winner's bracket, and he lost 0-3 to Tokido. So this is a very encouraging sign for Fuudo.
Well, he's been on a tear and loser's side.
Yeah, so he feels fresh right now. He's been playing a lot of clutch matches, so his hands are warm and he's all ready to go.
Saw it in time. Fuudo now pressure, and he hasn't had too many extended series of pressure. Right now, he's got one going. Now his corner. Tokido trying not to jump, doesn't want to get whiff punished. Jumped at the perfect time, but here's Fuudo.
And throws him back in the corners. The beautiful thing about the command throws, the punch one switches sides, the kick one keeps you on the same side, so you have absolute control of where you want them to go. But here comes Tokido now with this corner pressure, 2 throws in a row, then backs off. That's such discipline right there to back off from that offensive pressure. Oh, that's gonna do it.
That jab was about keeping Tokido in place. It hit, and that may be because Tokido was trying to jump away or otherwise escape. Fuudo saw that he had knocked Tokido down, kept him grounded. There's the grab. Tokido still very few buttons, fireball every now and then. But what I love about him is that he plays in that range where he just whip punished from. That's an uncomfortable spot for a lot of people. You feel like you can get hit easily. But
Tokido
very strong players make it happen.
Yeah, Tokido with 2 crucial whip punishes against Fuudo now. Oh, wow. Aggression from Tokido, jabbing there because he knows that Fuudo was close to stun, wanted to get him nervous. But there you see again that
right
punch command throw, putting him right back in the corner. And then Tokido waking up with crouching heavy punch.
Again, Fuudo backed off when he had meaty pressure right there. He comes in right on through. He does go in this time, but it's with regular grab, not a big commitment. Neither is Forward Fierce.
How does Fuudo have the reactions to EX through that fireball every time?
That's Fuudo. That's always been Fuudo. Man. And continues to be Fuudo.
But you know what? It wasn't enough. Tokido was still able to take that round but this is the big swing game here, at least for this first set.
He walked up. He'd been playing in that range so much and had not walked up for the grab. There it is. That really makes Fuudo worried.
Yeah, that changes a lot of what you're looking for, and that opens you up to a lot more pokes. Again, the whip punish from Tokido. That standing medium kick, such a great button for Akuma. Stands opponents ups into Tatsu combos.
Look at the defense. He took a lot of great damage up there, but that's better than the real stuff.
Yeah. Oh, he lost that gray health, but was able to recover a little bit of it.
He reacted this time! Fuudo gets it! Akuma, without much life, is that gonna do it? It does! Fuudo, 2-1.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that other than wow. To react to the hit itself.
Yes.
Single hit itself.
And,
very difficult to do.
Tokido maybe wants to take, so a lot of times players will go to character select just to take a little bit of time to think about things.
Right.
Looked like Tokido indicated that that's what he wanted.
Yeah, I think
maybe to switch stages or something like that.
Just take some time, settle yourself.
Right.
That was a big moment, and it happened. The end came in very impressive fashion.
Yeah, and you can see, you know, from Tokido, he nicknamed himself the murder face because of the expression that he has on his face during the game between rounds. But, you know, since he started picking up a lot more of that meditation mindset, you know, you can see in between games there, a little bit of smile on his face, even after a loss.
Yeah, I feel like he looks better.
Yeah.
Just body language-wise, he looks like in a stronger position than when he was the murder face.
Right.
Still obviously very intense. Just a little bit happier about it.
He's the happy murder face now.
Well, all right.
Okay, got the anti-air ready to go, but that's exactly why Tokido backs up. So you want to get out of the corner. A lot of the times people who are too aggressive. God, was that the perfect range again? Oh, trying to get out of there, and he's going to be able to whip punish that command throw. I like Fuudo trying to go up and punish it, but he was just a tiny bit too far.
Tokido reacted to the back fierce. On block, teleport backwards, on hit, fireball, or whatever else you're going to do. That is so impressive.
I'm not sure. I know that back fierce into red fireball is actually not an easy combo, if I'm not mistaken. That was what he did at Evo top 8 as well.
This is a very different style in this game for Tokido. It's so much more aggressive, very more buttonsy, much more approach heavy. It's more about setups.
Jumping at, you know, Fuudo.
Very different stuff. You can go back and look at the last game. It's a different story. But here comes Fuudo now.
Yep, gets that punch. Oh, he probably thought he was going to try to escape the corner with that demon flip and slide on the other side, but instead, Tokido stays in the front, gets the combo, and then the demon flip throw. Guess what? It is tournament game for Tokido now.
You know, so great to change your style in the way that he did. However, I'm a bit surprised that he brought it out when he did. That different of a style is a way to close out a set. It's a way to maybe respond if the set doesn't go well. It's not, I mean, if you lose the set. But now he gives Fuudo that look. Fuudo now knows to look for that style. So what's Fuudo's reaction and what's Tokido's counter-adaptation, preemptive counter-adaptation?
Well, right now, this is a much more of a slugfest than all of the previous games that we've seen both of these players being very active already. What?
He tried to backdash because he wanted to get out of the grab, but instead there was the butt.
Fuudo was ridiculous. Tokido was ridiculous. All these guys are ridiculous. Oh, and here comes Nadeshiko. Yeah, so he was just basically V-trigger canceling so he could stay safe.
Fuudo got his V-trigger, and it's a good one. You know, he's pressuring. Doesn't last terribly long, but tons of damage and setups out of it.
Oh, 2 throws for Tokido. And of course, when the throw is going to kill, you'll see the back throw oftentimes because that's an option select to block in case they do a wake up and then you throw.
Here you go. This is potentially tournament point. It is tournament point for Tokido right now. Fuudo wants to see otherwise. Coming in. Already the offense. We haven't seen him in this corner pressure control very often in this set, but he's got it now. He's going to get close. Maybe one more reset.
Well, here's the question, though. Fuudo has had to spend 2 bars to do that. He's gotten 1 of them back, but look at Tokido now. Full critical art. He's got EX Demon Flips, EX Red Fireballs, all ready to go, EX Uppercuts. However, Tokido not known to do any wake-up EX Uppercuts.
Right through, and he was just at the range where all the hits hit.
Okay, Tokido gets in there, goes for the throw, but Fuudo backing away. Fuudo, if he can take this round, he will reset the bracket and we'll go to another set. But here comes Tokido, goes for the mix-up instead of the guaranteed damage.
Very close to stun, and if he gets stunned, no, he's not gonna get it. Fuudo instead wakes up. Active still, had to respawn with okay. 1 more series now for Fuudo.
Good blocks for Tokido. Now the life deficit not nearly.
He jumped, he read the forward fierce. It's not enough, he didn't have meter to seal it. Got it anyway.
Tokido went for the throw on wake up. Fuudo knew that he was scared, jumped over, punished the throw whiff, and guess what? We have a bracket reset. We are going to 1 more bracket. Tokido has essentially been knocked into losers.
That forward fierce is very nice on block. It gives Akuma advantage. It gets over grabs, that's all fine and dandy, but it starts up so slowly. And against somebody like Fuudo with reactions, look, if you can react to fierce hitting by itself into super,
critical art.
then you can react to forward fierce from Akuma starting up, and neutral jump is what Fuudo did. That was crazy good.
If you can react to the wrench, you can react to the ball.
Yeah, whether that was a read or whether that was a reaction, either way, it's impressive.
All right. Nice, catching him with the slide, recognizing that Tokido has just been walking back and forth and exposing his legs. And Tokido showing right there, he's like, I know you punish that towards heavy punch, but I'm not scared to keep using it.
Yeah, well, that's important. You gotta keep your tools.
All right, staying in the front. Wow, backdashing through the command throw, but then he double backdashed, so he couldn't really punish at that point. I don't know if that double backdash was by accident or not. Ooh, light punch, and oh, and there it is again, that towards heavy punch.
I love that he's actually using it more now. I think that's really cool.
Oh, and the V-trigger cancel. Nice. Jump backwards, air fireball, and same situation as how Fuudo reset the bracket. Fuudo was scared at that point, kind of woke up with a reactionary throw and ate those air fireballs. Just like Tokido ate that cross-up light kick.
Tokido had an awesome range on screen right now.
And yeah, using more fireballs. And remember, Fuudo has had great reaction to EX through those fireballs.
Yeah, that's true.
Currently not right now. I don't think those are true block strings. I feel like he should be able to armor through those. There is not armor instantly on 1 frame, but I feel like there's more than a 3-frame window for him to get that through the fireball. But it's one of those things I'd have to test in training mode.
Sure, Fuudo has. Here comes EX grab back into the corner. Not great pressure afterward, but at least he gets the corner, which is what he needs right now.
It's good position, good damage, and Tokido just jumps out of the corner like that.
See, Tokido jumped, landed, backdash. Did not want to deal with the command grab. Here's Fuudo now, pressuring. Got him! That's going to be the round. That's a lot of damage.
And that is the post. That's the mix-up for Mika, right? You're thinking, okay, it's going to be command throw or meaty. And the meaty ends up being towards heavy punch. But that's still +3 on block, so you're still stuck in a mix-up. And so Fuudo was able to take advantage of that towards heavy punch right into the command throw to take that round. Can Fuudo take an official lead over Tokido finally?
Tried to react there to the demon again. The toward fierce comes out for Tokido.
Oh, and the medium. Oh, but he didn't confirm the devastating medium kick.
Quite surprising. Wakes up, also a surprise. It's rare that he does it, especially without V-trigger cancel.
Yeah, he has not done wake-up EX uppercuts very common at all. And in fact, people said at Evo Top 8, he did not do it a single time.
Here comes Fuudo, reacts to the block with trigger.
Yeah, smart.
Not in time. Tokido was maybe hoping that would steal it. Did not, so...
Oh.
He blocked! Fuudo is very dangerous. Next command, did he get it? Was there a button from Tokido? There was not!
I thought Tokido, I swear I saw a button from Tokido, but it wasn't there. Tokido able to avoid the critical art. And that was so smart by Fuudo too, because if that had connected, he would have won.
Yeah.
So he just bet it all on the line right there.
Especially with that power-up, when she has the V-skill going, the mic, it makes her command grabs do more damage, including the super.
Right.
And so that would have been the round, absolutely. But you can jump out of it on reaction. It's just a big bet by Fuudo, hoping that Tokido had done something, a grab, a button, something like that.
Well, didn't work out for him, and Fuudo unable to take an official lead over Tokido. But starting off this game really well. Already half-light, close to stun. No, now it is the stun.
Yeah, and there's going to be a reset coming in. What's it going to be? Side grab. Went in. Tokido with wake-up uppercut from the front.
Oh, he walked into it. He thought he was out of the range, and he walked into, almost like he walked into the later active frames too. Oh, here comes the Deshko.
Well, that's a way to at least make himself safe. Or not!
Oh,
or not!
Tokido with the smart stuff, uppercutting the jump and using that to avoid Nadeshko.
Yeah, and then dash forward into jab. He had very rarely dashed in and done anything, and Fuudo, I think, had expected that Tokido would stay away. Tokido mixed it up. Gotta play with your spacing. You cannot get predictable. Movement is a huge part of this game. Now staying away is Tokido. Fuudo patient as well.
Ooh, okay, caught him out of the air. Looked like he tried to kick. That's why he got crush countered out of the air, which did give Fuudo extra damage with the juggle as well.
Again, the dash forward jab. Maybe Tokido thinks he learned something good. Oh boy! Here comes Fuudo now.
Okay, what's the mix-up? Oh, Fuudo almost had that conversion. He had seen Tokido hit light punch in that situation before. Last time it hit Fuudo out of the air, so Fuudo stayed on the ground, figuring he could combo off.
Now Tokido is a mix-up away from taking this game. Got it. Is that it? It may.
Critical art, and even if this doesn't kill, he'll get the uppercut afterwards. He doesn't need it.
Tokido is up 2-0 just like that. We're just talking about how Fuudo was doing so great. Of course, he reset the bracket. But when they played earlier, it was a 3-0.
Yep.
At the start of top 8 today. And this final set is shaping up exactly like that. What is the change now from Fuudo? Gotta see something different. Gotta see different movement. Gotta see different buttons, different mix-ups.
Hey, look, if you're Fuudo, all you think to yourself is, Tokido 3-0'd me, so why can't I 3-0 him back?
Exactly right. Exactly right.
And that's what he's gotta do. And a great start. Oh, a backdash to avoid the command throw. And then he missed his own meaty and that wake-up command throw from Fuudo.
They both did their wake-up options. I love it.
All right. Using that Justin Wong strategy, V-reversing that charge drop kick. Don't want to deal with that mix-up. Oh, the wake-up buttons from Fuudo. EX into Nadeshko, into the wingless airplane. Just a tiny bit of life left.
Jab startup for Tokido. He from the front right there. Fuudo was maybe looking for the cross-up, didn't come. Now, one mix-up, either way.
And the delayed crouching medium kick is gonna do it. The staggered crouching medium kick is gonna put Tokido back at tournament point.
You have to see the changes from Fuudo. There has to be something if he's gonna take this game, if he's gonna move on, he's gonna stay alive. If not, Tokido will win it.
Right now, it's more mental than anything for Fuudo. Does he believe he can win 2 rounds and then 2 more games to take this from Tokido?
In the backdash! Tokido has been doing it consistently. Here comes Tokido. Ton of damage available to him. Look at that up there, the orange bar, that stun bar. If this gets hit, that's gonna do it. No, he blocked in time.
And it got out. He's still danger of stun, and that's gonna do it. There's the stun right there. Tokido is gonna finish it off with the fancy taunt combo to take Brooklyn beatdown. Tokido is your champion.
He won Evolution 2017 this year, and he looked strong in doing it. He had to come from losers in that tournament. In this one, nobody sent him to losers until Fuudo at the very end. And when it happened, Tokido immediately made the adaptations he needed, and he dominated that last set.
Tokido takes home that trophy, but also a sweet 20K prize pot. Congratulations once again to Tokido and to Fuudo as well for a hard-fought grand finals.
Fantastic play by all the players here for the Brooklyn Beatdown Street Fighter V. I want to know what Tokido thinks. He's always a man of interesting words. He had some after Evolution 2017 one. He had a couple of strong sayings for himself, and I want to know what he thinks this time as well. let's go down to Mark to Born Free for a conversation with our champion.
Mr. Born Free.
We got a mic that works. All right, Tokido, Evo World Champion, and now ESL Brooklyn Beatdown Champion. How do you feel, man?
Very happy now.
Very happy. That was an amazing performance. What were you thinking when he hit the reset? That was scary, right? What were you thinking? How did you compose yourself?
Oh, actually, when he reset me, I'm very scared. But usually, I practice a lot, not only in game, but I practice my mental training. So that's why I keep calm down to against him again.
Mental training, that's what it's all about, man. Apparently, we've seen you do the meditation. Do you have a message for your supporters or anybody who's watching right now?
Yes, because of a lot of support from you guys. Of course, my sponsor, Echo Fox, and a lot of fans. Oh, just I want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, give it up for Tokido, ESL Brooklyn Beatdown Champion. Thank you everybody who's attended, everybody on stream. We're gonna close it out and we will see you next time. There it is, your champion, Tokido.